your screens here? Because that's what it looks like.
Doesn't it look like that?
It's like a Bloomberg
I got
screen.
this big console going here, don't I?
Have you seen their ads? Do you ever go watch Bloomberg?
Oh yeah. By the way, we're live, Tim. Just to let you know.
Oh, okay.
There, so everyone's hearing you. But feel free to talk about Bloomberg, buddy.
No, I just they run their ads and they say that when the president says, "Well, I follow the markets," and they say, and they have Biden standing there with a Bloomberg screen behind him, and they finish with a portrait of George Washington. It's in the White House.
Yeah.
With his hand out pointing at the Bloomberg screens. I think their advertising is pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and people don't understand the whole point of advertising is to sell a product, and there's so much advertising out there that doesn't sell a product. After you see an ad, you think, okay, what's the product, and did they sell it? Normally, it's no, they didn't. And a lot of times, they're just trying to show that they're diverse or they respect diversity, so they never mention the product. They want to show the
it's image,
mixed race family or
right.
the interracial family.
They're trying to create an image.
That's distracting, especially the car companies. Car companies are very strange how they don't sell the merits of a car. Now I know something about advertising. My father wrote a textbook on advertising. Yeah,
really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And I think he changed advertising in back in the 50s. It was all one or two companies, and he taught a class on business ethics based on his experiences in the 1950s in advertising. That was the source of the show that was on television, Mad Men.
Right.
They got all their material from one agency that I'm not going to mention the name.
And by the way, yes, we do know you can hear us. Continue.
Yeah.
They asked in the chat. We're just having a nice little pre-show conversation before we get going. So yeah, go on.
And he used to teach his theories about advertising and marketing, and they really made a lot of sense. I mean, if you happen to take his class at UNH at the Whittemore School, because he was one of the founding professors of that school, you would look at an ad and you say, they're not selling anything.
That's not a good ad. Yeah.
And that's the whole point.
You want to be able to remember it afterwards too. That's why a jingle is so important. That's why
There was one with a car and they're driving through the wilderness and they end up at a campsite, and so the husband gets out and he runs out and the kids get out, and the woman then says, "Oh, I'll be along soon," and she closes her eyes and reclines to see, turns the radio on, mood music. I can't remember what the commercial was.
You remember the commercial, but not what they're selling, right?
The driver's side seat reclines. There's got a great, symphonic radio on this car.
Yeah.
What's the point?
What's the point? A lot of people in the chat. By the way, guys, this is the pre-show. We're just chatting here, Tim and I, at my studio. But a lot of people are asking about this balloon. Did you hear about this Chinese balloon?
Spy balloon, yes.
Yeah.
I just wish one would go over my house. Because I know exactly what I would do. It's nothing like a target in the sky to get people agitated. Every gun over in Montana was probably taking shots at it.
Yeah, I know.
As soon as they found out it wasn't a weather balloon, it was a Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah.
Well, I bet there was an army of people out there taking shots at it.
Yes, the volume is a little low because Tim is just relaxing and sitting back. I'll try to move the mic a little bit closer. He probably wouldn't like that, but he needs to be able to get closer to the mic, Tim. They want to hear you. All right. See, this is why we do the pre-show, to try to, get through the bugs. Hopefully you guys can hear them a little bit better.
Bugs, are those the ones that Klaus Schwab wants us to eat?
Those are really, really good. You haven't tried those?
No, and I'm not going to.
Me neither. How you doing, Jeremy? Hey, guys, 262 people in here for the pre-show. I think that's probably the highest number I've seen in a pre-show before. So, okay, I'm going to get, was AOC in the balloon, Nickel? Stacking wanted to know. That's red meat. I can't believe you guys. Oh, man.
Yeah, she was a classic today.
Yeah. She went off, didn't she?
Everybody was dumping on Republicans, and she chimed right in.
Yep.
But, you know, she's got a case because nobody can afford to live on only $175,000 a year. And, you know, she may have to sell her Tesla with the salary, the meager salary they pay her. Oh, don't forget that her staff budget is in the millions, and it's non-recoverable.
Oh, my goodness.
So, she's really fallen on hard times. And
wow.
Those congressmen, they really have trouble making ends meet. That's
Right.
why they have to steal from the taxpayers.
Yep. Well, we were just talking, too, before we were getting coffee. I was saying you're going to need a different target because Nancy Pelosi is gone.
Yeah, but she still brings a laugh.
All right, guys. I think 13 minutes left. I'm going to just kick off the countdown now because I want to get going. I don't want to keep Tim from his appointed rounds. He's got packages to put together for people.
I do, yeah.
All right, so we'll see you on the other side, okay, of the bumper music. right, welcome to Ask Yankee. So glad you could be here. We're launching a little bit early because we have a very special guest. You guys know who it is. It's the one and only Tim Marschner. He's in the studio right now with me. Great to have you, buddy.
Well, it's nice being here.
Thank you.
It's much more comfortable than my cold house.
Oh, man, and we are going to get a cold snap soon, aren't we?
Yeah, my wood furnace is down, so I walked into the house just to check out and turn the lights on. It was 44 degrees in my kitchen.
No way. Well, why don't we bring your... There it is. Now people can actually see you. Look at this right there.
The camera is over there.
Right there. Hey, check Stacker with a $10 super chat. Kickstart the super chat. Run it up. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we get to every $100 we get to right down in there. We'll give away an extra round of silver. So we've got a bunch of fun tonight. We got Q&A, obviously, with Tim. I just passed 95,000 subscribers when Tim showed up at the door and hit the doorbell. I think you had something to do with it. So thank you.
Why? Because I was lost for so long
No,
trying to get here?
I don't know how many times you need to come here before you know where I'm at, right?
My car GPS is absolutely amazing. And it takes you right to the front door. And when I'm trying to get here with my truck, it takes me all over the neighborhood.
Yep.
And streets I've never heard of.
Well, this packet was from Shark2 Stacker. He said, Yankee, you can give it away when you hit 95,000 subscribers. And there is some nice silver in here. I will show you guys in just a bit. There's his shark teeth, which is so cool. Thank you, Shark2 Stacker. I hope he shows up. I didn't see him in the chat earlier. And we were just chatting a little bit in the pre-show about China and their big red balloon. Tim says, you better not go over my house or else it's coming down.
I'd love to take a shot at that.
I bet you would. Look at this. Man, we got is that a 2-ouncer in there?
It would probably fall down on its own because it was made in China.
Made in China, yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, here we go. Well, that's nice. That is chunky. Wow. Yeah, we'll be giving away some silver tonight. And I got a nice little maple here, I think. Oh, this is more than just a maple. This is one of their wildlife series. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Very cool. And buffalo. Wow, Shark2 Stacker. Thank you so much. So we're going to be doing some fun giveaways, courtesy of Shark2. We also have a box here labeled gauze. I did take a quick little peek. There is a note in here. We'll do that a little bit later.
Did you happen to take that bar with you from the store?
I did, the copper bar.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was really nice. Do I have that? Yeah, I have there was a really chunky piece of copper from a Working Class Knowledge as a YouTuber. Yeah, this was attached to it. Working Class Knowledge. A gift for you. Keep up the vids. So thank you so much for that, Working Class. He said he was a huge fan of Yankee, and he gave me a chunky bar of copper, and it's right down there. We don't have to get it. Maybe later we'll pull that out. But it was very nice, very nice. How was the store today, Tim?
Out of control. It was out of control all day from beginning to end, and I actually wasn't that late.
No, you weren't. I was a little surprised. We usually go live at 8:30 or whatever. I said, you know what, I'm going to make it 9, but you were here before then, so that's why we're starting it a little bit before 9.
Yeah, I was busy until almost 7. I almost didn't get to the post office. It was
my goodness,
very busy.
What is going on? What are people coming in asking and buying and selling?
There's a very consistent theme. Everybody I talk to, everybody's afraid of what this government is doing. Mm-hmm. Every time they hear another anecdote about people going to the bank and being challenged with whatever they're doing, making a deposit or withdrawal, so they don't trust the banks.
Yep.
There's a lot of things going on, and bankers shouldn't be saying, well, here's your $4,000. What do you intend to do with it? It's none of their damn business. But they're all doing it. And I told you the story about taking a $10,000 deposit, all $100 bills, all new blue $100 bills.
Right.
And I'm coming out of the bank, and I see a customer of mine, and I say hello, and he says, hey, you going to the store? And I said, sure, I'll be over there in about 15 minutes. And he said, all right, I'm just getting some money. I'll see you there. And so he comes in a little bit later, and he's got all 20s and 50s. I said, did you get these out of the ATM? He said, no, they said they didn't have any hundreds. Now, I just dropped off.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's...
So I don't know. Are they recycling them there? Are they keeping them out of circulation? What's going on? And I have lots of people who show up with bundles of 20s and 50s and not the hundreds.
You did today. You had someone come in
with a lot of them, yes.
A lot of bills.
And the 20s are about the only thing that confuses my currency counter.
I still think you need to clean that thing.
Well, I'm sure it does.
I mean, how long have you had it for?
You can't just take a hose to them in the backyard.
I didn't mean that. Blow it out, kind of, clean
I've
it
done
with some
that
alcohol.
once, but it just, didn't clear, and I'm not sure why. I guess it's because the dust goes in through the top, and so you have to blow it out the top.
Right. So we're going to ask some questions of Tim. I'm going to let you guys do a Q&A. I wanted to try something different here. Oh, by the way, Mick Russ, thank you for that $5 super chat. It was very nice of you. At the very top, oh, and I missed another one too. Sorry, Corey Turner super chatted $2. Thank you, Corey. At the very top, where it says live chat, top chat, there's another section, I think, that should say questions or Q&A. If you guys click that, you will be able to put in a question into that section there. It won't fill, I don't think it'll fill in the regular chat. I'm not sure. I've never used it before. If it doesn't work, we'll abandon it and just go back to asking questions. We also are going to open up the call line with Tim, so you'll be able to call in as well. But somebody out there, help me with the Q&A section. See if that works for you. Put a question in there, and then we'll open it up. I saw Tim Walker just do $5 down as a super chat. Thank you so much. KY super chatted $2.79. Good night, my legends, Tim and Yankee. Well, I guess he's going to bed. So
no, it's just Fetterman. When he's saying hello, he says good night to everybody.
How in the world did he? Oh, we don't have to go down that. We don't. We need to talk silver and gold. You're going to get me in trouble if you go too political on me.
Okay.
I think people will want me to let you go. Should I just let him rant for a few minutes, guys? Put rant in the chat if you just want to hear an unfiltered Tim. And Reclamation Project, thank you for the $2.
Well, I liked it in part of my rant today when I said, do I have an amen? And
that was great.
Everybody said amen.
Yeah, the whole... Oh, yeah, there we go. Unfiltered Tim, always.
Did you record that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got it. Oh, I got the amen. That was fantastic. All right, rant. And people are saying they're not seeing the Q&A. I don't get this. Go to channel and Q&A. All right, guys. Sorry about that. They want you to rant. What is the biggest problem going on right now, Tim, in our country, in our government?
The people of this country, citizens, cannot trust a word they say about anything. That's a big problem. They are lying about everything. And, everybody, Republicans, Democrats, everybody are beginning to realize that when Donald Trump has classified information that he has certainly, he has the privilege of keeping because he determines whether or not something is classified. And they raid his house with armed FBI agents, dozens of them. Mm-hmm. And, they claim that he's got all these documents they're not supposed to have. Right. When they were there less than a week before and passed everything and said, just padlock that door where you're keeping them. And then Biden has, coming out in the last 60 days, now what are you up to? We're up to dozens, if not hundreds of documents, classified documents. Yep. And they let him last week go to his beach house and clear the place out before they sent the FBI in there.
Did they let Pence do that? Because they're also checking
Pence
him out.
turned everything over to the Justice Department immediately. Yeah, he did his own search.
They are searching, though. They are searching. Yeah,
well, they have the right to search.
Absolutely.
And they, but Pence did turn everything over that he was aware of right away. Mm-hmm. But the SWAT team may still show up at his house because he was a Trump supporter.
He was. Yeah.
No, it is. It's very, very sad. I mean, when has the Justice Department ever sent the FBI after mothers who protest at a school board meeting about what the kids are being taught. And that has never happened in my information anywhere
in your life,
in this
right?
entire country.
Yep.
It's just not done.
Well, it is now. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it is, and of course, everything DeSantis does or says, they're lying about that. I think fortunately, Disney learned a lesson, so the attendance is way down. There's certain games or rides that people won't go to.
Do you still have faith in American people, the citizens of our country?
You hear my phone ringing every day, and what people are saying. If I were to judge strictly by the Yankee community, I say I have a great deal of faith. I just hope we're not a small minority. People are beginning to wake up, and they realize if you have money in a 401k or an IRA, it's on a government computer. If you order anything online with a credit card, you're on a government computer. And I have a great deal of sympathy with SD Bullion and companies like that. SD is a great company, but we all have to have an anti-money laundering plan, and we all have procedures we have to abide by. I tried to short circuit any action by listing a whole lot of operational considerations that I have that I'm abiding by before they even ask about them. That's right.
All right, if you need it.
Yeah, I probably should have gotten one of your cup of coffees.
I offered it.
You did?
In a Yankee mug. I took the tin mug. I'm sorry. This one's mine. You're not getting my tin mug. All right.
But there's so many ways to get yourself on a government computer. The latest one being if you're depositing $200 in cash in somebody else's account, you're on another. Well, probably going directly to the IRS. That's a new federal regulation, which makes no sense to anybody. But neither does opening up your account to the IRS for $600. It's just and of course Janet Yellen said it's to catch those high income tax cheats.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lie. Okay, it is intentionally designed to crush small business. They're the only people who have to estimate because you can't spend 250 hours of your time doing your taxes every year. So small business people have to, they'll turn everything over to an accountant, and if they're not estimating, the accountant is. And once you estimate anything, they've got you. Okay, and they can say, well, I don't see the backup for this number you have here. So you either close your store or your business and go spend another 100 hours to find out what the actual number is. You're probably going to find out that you estimated low. That's usually the case. But they tied you up for a week trying to find the information. It goes on all over the country. And that's what 87,000 new IRS agents are for. It's for enforcement. That's the new term. As if we're doing something wrong. Even if you estimate, there's nothing wrong with that. Because if you, even not so many years ago, if you called the IRS and you said, I don't know what the inventory value for these, this 10,000 bag of 10,000 pennies I have, but the auditor said I need to have an inventory value for each one, they would say, just estimate. That's what they would say. That's what's going to get every small business in trouble is estimating. They're not out after millionaires and billionaires. That's a joke. They're after small businessmen.
So I asked you if you had faith in American people, and I think you still do.
I do.
The question I also have to ask you is, do you have faith in the political process? Because you seem to put a lot of stock in it.
It used to be very good. It used to be every single vote, every ballot had to be tied conclusively to a living, breathing, legally registered voter. And that's not the case. I'd love to have a town hall meeting with the people of Pennsylvania who voted for Fetterman. I'd like to see what their reasoning was. And I just don't believe
There was
that
a
outcome.
D next to his name. That's it. There's your justification. That in their mind, that's it. I'm telling. That's what they would
There was
tell
a
you.
what next to his
A
name?
D.
Oh, I thought you said a B. And
No,
figure that out.
a D. D is in Democrat.
Or not B as in buffoon
Okay.
or blithering idiot.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you got your rant, everyone. You wanted it,
That
and
wasn't
you got
a
it.
rant. That was just an introduction.
You just get warmed
We
up.
actually had a rant this afternoon. Didn't
We did. We have a great video coming out. You guys are gonna love it. We covered a lot of ground too. We covered Russia. We covered the CBDC, digital currency. We covered all kinds of stuff.
That's the most distressing thing is we keep hearing from certain politicians things like we're going to help Ukraine take back Crimea. That's insanity. That's absolute insanity. My answer to that is why don't you just nuke Moscow, without wasting all that time and effort. I mean, that's Crimea, for people who don't know, has been part of Russia since 1782. In the 1850s, there were 3 Crimean wars where Russia had to face off against Britain and France to keep Crimea. 97% of the population in Crimea is Russian. It is their largest warm water port and naval base anywhere in the world.
Wow.
Russia's not going to let Crimea go. And if anything is going to back Putin into a corner where he has to consider using tactical nukes, that would do it. There's no sanity at all in the diplomacy of this country. And that's very distressing.
We'll definitely talk more politics later on, but I do want to ask you a little gold question here.
Okay, I guess I'll calm down and answer those questions.
I'm not trying to calm you down. I'm curious. What have you been? Actually, you were struggling at one point to get 5-ounce silver bars. Is that still going on right now?
Well, I'm struggling with the paperwork.
With what paperwork?
Then submitting to SD Bullion.
Oh, so SD.
It's not their
okay.
fault. They're probably going, where'd this guy go?
No.
But
so they're actually going to help you out with some wholesale.
they actually
Good.
every wholesaler has different products they get in different times. The
Right.
wholesale I'm using is the largest. It's amazing the product they're able to get, but it goes in waves. And today, as I was looking at their site, there they had the Valcambi 1-ounce gold bars that I was looking for a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So I took another brand, and I asked them about combi bars. They had those, but they're not on the price list. And they also had right before I placed my order, they had 5-ounce bars, but they had them kind of on sale.
Right.
They were maybe 10 cents less than they ordinarily were, but they disappeared. They had to take them off the price list because, and they just had another sale. It was like that. I don't know if it was 10-ounce bars or something, but soon after they had this so-called sale, they had to take them off the price list.
So you're going to try to source a little bit from SD to kind of fill some of the gaps. Those 5-ounce bars are hot. In fact, when I was in line, there was one guy there who was like, "Does he have 5-ounce bars?" I'm like, "That is the hard."
I actually do. I had.
Did you had a?
I have
Did you?
100
I wondered.
ounces and 5-ounce bars that I totally forgot about.
You do?
I do.
You forgot?
I forgot. Yeah, they're boxes, and I just completely forgot about them.
I would love to help you at some point unforget some of the stock that you have.
Okay, can you start by cleaning up the back room?
Okay.
Because I need more room to work in.
There you go. That is something, it's a common theme that I hear in my videos, or like the comments that are left. How does Tim know where everything is? And obviously, you don't.
I knew where everything was.
You didn't know where the 5-ounce
If
bars
you
were?
said, do you have any 5-ounce bars? I would have thought, yeah, I do.
Oh, come on.
There are some actually in the front case, too, that were not out. But, everything started so quickly, I didn't get a chance to even take the blanket off the front case.
I know you didn't. It was a mob scene in there.
And then you saw the gold that came in.
Two waves of gold. You've got gold from your wholesaler, right? But then somebody was selling gold.
Yeah.
Fractional gold. That looked really good. You guys are going to have to check out Tim's stock on that.
I have to admit, all the 10th ounce are gone.
They're gone already?
Gone.
Unbelievable. Hey, a couple things. One, I want to thank a few people in the chat for their super chats. We just crossed $100. While I do this, but people are telling you take a little sip. Go ahead.
Sure.
Take a little sip.
What's
but it's just water.
It smells a little like vodka.
That's the lead. That is absolutely not what you need right now. So we've got a lot of $1. Let's see, a $5 super chat from Tim Walker. Frank Vigila sent a $10 super chat. Tim Rant, Unfiltered. They like you unfiltered. I don't know if it'll be monetized, but I don't care. I'm gonna I have Tim on, and I let him say what he wants. So Real Grit Training, $10. Thank you so much. Matt, $2. Free Speech Rules. Lewis, one of my Yankee Canon members. So good to see you in here, my friend. We have a one-on-one meeting coming up in a couple of weeks, so look forward to that. He super chatted $10, and Touchazim, I can't even pronounce that, right? Touchasim13 has super chatted $2. I met Tim 2 weeks ago. Great, knowledgeable man. Yeah, you walk out of that store with more than just silver and gold. You walk out with incredible knowledge. Ray Barr is in the chat. No wonder we have over 1,233 people watching. Hit the like button, please. This is fantastic, but it's all because Ray Barr's here, not because Tim. No, it's because Ray Barr. He super chatted $5. Will Biden hide his own Easter eggs this year? Mark Dudley.
He's sitting on the nest right now.
Mark Dudley with a $1.99.
Oh, you didn't say hatch? Oh.
No, just hide. Liberty Night Gaming, $10. I had a question. I 3D print miniatures, and I was thinking about creating silver figurines. Is there a market for that? Or would that be a waste of silver? By the way, love your channel and I agree with y'all. My opinion is open an Etsy shop. I'm sure there's places that you could sell it online. You can start a YouTube channel and sell it. There are people who love, the silver. I love the Yankee Cannon in silver. That's fun. But hey, go for it. Go for it, buddy. George Poston super chat at $5. Preach it, Tim. Brian, $1.99. Cooper Kendall, thank you for being a member for 11 months. That's awesome. Brian, $1.99. Cooper Kendall through 2 in. Make sure this rant is a video. Well, it'll post afterwards. Hopefully people will watch this live stream when I'm done. Brian, another $1.99. Brian's going crazy with the $1.99s. Thank you so much for that. Damian Markley, super chat at $5. What are your opinions on the Canadian Royal Mint's Creatures of the North series and stacking the 2-ounce werewolves? Would you suggest a better 2-ounce coin? Well, you're talking semi-numismatic silver there. The whole
I'm a big fan
stuff.
of Canadian coins, I have to admit. And but they have so many sizes and so many varieties of the wildlife series, it's kind of hard to keep track of them all. And the wholesalers don't carry them all. The wholesalers have enough trouble, supplying all the monster boxes of silver maple leafs and gold maple leafs that they're really falling behind on the other coins, what people used to call novelty coins, but they're
novelty coins. Yeah, they call them semi-numismatic or collectibles. I mean,
they're all collectible,
right.
But you're paying a premium for that. If you're involved in stacking, you probably don't want to pay too many premiums.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Accumulation is more than the collectability.
Do you think the Canadian Mint is going to be doing better this year than the U.S. Mint?
They did better last year.
Yeah, that's going to continue this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have a poll up here. I asked, will Silver Eagles be a buy at some point this year? Look at that. For the people, they're saying 53% saying no.
Well, this is the third time. Today was the third time we've lowered the price on the 2023 Eagles. Third time. And now they're down to $34.50.
And is that because the spot going down a little bit? Or, no, you're saying the premiums are dropping.
Wholesaler dropped the premium a little more.
Gotcha. Oh.
And I was predicting this because it happens every year that the U.S. Mint clears everything they have out in in the pipeline around the 1st of October. They use October to do the artwork, to do the striking tests, and then they have all November and December to make coins.
Yep.
Because they can't release them until January. There are a huge number of those coins, monster boxes, many hundreds probably, that gets certified right away as early, first strikes or early releases. And that consumes a lot of coins in January. And then by the middle of February, if they're still producing at the same rate, the prices should be coming down.
Interesting.
And they're not, because the prices almost always stay the same for the Canadian Mint. So those prices, they'll go up if the price of silver goes up, and they'll probably drop a little bit if the price of silver goes down.
Well, I want a couple things. One, I want to thank my mods. I just saw somebody getting timed out or something back there. The chat's flying by, so thank you for my mods. You guys holding those blue wrenches, I really appreciate it. But I also want to thank the people that are still super chatting. Thank you. We're up to 147. That's awesome. Michael Jordan super chatted $10. Thank you both for what you do. 2 questions. Opinions on Scottsdale silver and gold. You have a Scottsdale stacker. Or at least you did today.
I think I bought 14 yesterday.
Ooh, nice. I love those.
10-ounce stackers.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, they weren't out. See, if I didn't get buried right away, they would probably be out in the cabinet.
You don't have time. See, there's a job for me. Sure. Laying out the cabinet, cleaning that, and making it, displaying what you have.
You got to watch where you put your feet, though.
Oh, I know, you can trip easily. If you had 3...
when you came in, there were...
Oh, how
many bags of silver on the ground?
I couldn't believe how many constitutional silver bags you had. Quarters, dimes. Everything. Were there half dollars, too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what's in the back room.
Maybe I'll believe bags. One day. If you had $300 to $500 a month to purchase metals, what is your recommendation? Oh, we get that a lot. We do. What, 3 to 5? 3 to 5 a month, Michael wants to know.
Over the course of a year, that's actually quite a bit of money. I would say you want to take a chunk of the money that you don't think you'll ever have to spend, but you want to keep it in a safe place, and that's where you put the gold. Say over the course of a year, you're going to have, maybe, what do you think? Between $15,000 and $20,000 to spend.
Okay.
You take, whatever you think you might need that you don't want to ever spend, but you want it in a safe place so you can use it if you have an emergency.
Reluctantly spend.
That's your last resort. That's where you put the gold. Silver, when you're buying a quantity in the 5,000, 10,000 range, you need to look at the weight involved. That's the one thing people overlook. Silver ounces add up quickly.
Like that Canadian monster box over there to your left. The one that's missing 5 tubes.
Is it missing 5 tubes?
Yeah, 5 tubes. I don't know where they went, but it was a full monster box back in Christmas, and then all of a sudden I was down 5 tubes. Can't explain it.
Yeah, they may have evaporated.
Yeah. I wonder where they went.
Is that anti-stacker? That troll?
Oh, yes.
The Macedonian troll.
The Macedonian troll. So anyways, gold, hold on to it. Yeah, and then silver, watch your weight, because it does stack. It fills up. And
We've had, ever since I bought those 100-kilo bars, we've had a run on kilos. And I'm serious.
There was somebody in your shop asking for kilos, too.
Every day.
Oh.
Every day. So I have another 40 on order. I thought it would take me forever to get rid of the 100. They're gone almost. Gone in 60 seconds. Wasn't that the movie?
Yeah, right.
That was surprising. But the quality of the IGR bars is really striking. And I've had, in kilos, I've had IGR, had Germania, had Geiger, Valcambi. First Majestic I thought were really pretty. The last one sold today. And then the IGRs that are finished bars, and they're really nice. I have more of those on order too.
So, by the way, thank you for helping me pass that magical 95,000 subscribers. We are going to be doing a really cool giveaway with a bunch of silver here from Shark Tooth Stacker. It's really cool. We have another mystery box with some giveaways, so we're going to be doing that later. Also, sponsoring this live stream is SD Bullion. They're going to be giving away a 1-ounce silver round at the very end. We'll do the wheel of names, but to have Tim right there with me is the priority. So we will get to the giveaways. A few other things. I'd want to thank more of the super chatters, and then I notice a bunch of questions. The Q&A section is working in the chat, so we're going to get to those as well. So normally I ask for 3 question marks in the chat, but with the chat flying by, use the Q&A section. That's going to be a better area in the chat for you to ask your questions of Tim and I. So Tucson Bubba, thanks for the $5 for your coffee fund. Thank you. Love you guys. Is Mim Tarshner. Mim Tarshner. Yeah, Mim Tarshner.
I've been called worse.
Oh, man. Mick Russ, $5, spoke with Tim today. Thanks to both of you. Coming up tomorrow from Massachusetts to make a small purchase. Want to give my money to Tim. That's fantastic. That's Mick Russ. It's probably not. It's probably just a channel name, right?
I know who that is.
You know who it is?
I do know
Oh,
who that is.
that's awesome. All right, Perry, thank you for the $2.99. David Bell, super chatted $10. Good day from Sydney, Australia. Do you ship to Sydney?
That's more than a little bit of a problem. And
Yeah.
I had 2 brothers in Australia. This is many years ago, and I had a whole lot of sovereigns to sell.
You had 2 brothers?
No, I don't have. I mean, 2 brothers who were customers in
I
Australia.
thought you had 2 brothers in Australia, man. I learn something new every day with you.
Well,
Knew there had to be a little Aussie blood in you. All right, go on.
brothers in arms. Let me put
Yes.
it that way. Anyway, these 2 guys were collecting sovereigns, and I found out the hard way you can't send gold to Australia. I don't know if that's still a rule. Probably not.
Really?
So when I actually was notified and the package was returned to me, I read through the regulations, and you can't send you can't send in or out of Australia anything but Australian gold.
I run into this too with giveaways. I used to say wherever, I don't care, and then I had to read all these rules. Depending on the country, they won't let you ship the stuff in.
Well, here's
And
how
I was like, okay, I don't, U.S. or Canada only for the giveaways. Sorry.
well, this is how we solve the problem, because the Perth Mint, the Sydney Mint, and the Melbourne Mint all made sovereigns. So I just waited until I had gathered all those mints, and these guys were thrilled because no one could stop them because they were Australian gold.
Nice.
But that's something that surprised me. We learned a lot when we were selling a lot of sovereigns. I had one of my customers had sent, I think it was $5,000 worth of gold to England, and the package never got there. And I said, "How did you send it?" He said, whatever their version of registered mail is. And so I had a woman order, and she called me on the phone. She ordered, I think it was 3 or 4 sovereigns. And as I was talking to her, I said, "How do you want me to ship these?" She said, "Just put it in a business envelope and send it to my business." And I said, "Okay, what's the business?" It was a pub in London. Okay. And I said, "You don't want it insured?" "No, whatever you do, don't insure it. Don't send it registered."
Oh.
So I sent it to her, and she, like 2 days later, she calls me back. She says, "Thank you very much. The coins are beautiful, and they arrived in no time." I said, "Why are people telling me that their coins are disappearing?" And she said, "Oh, because they probably sent them insured, or and,
they know what it is
the
then.
clerks in the post office, when they see something that's insured or registered, whatever the version, they snatch them."
George Poston said the Q&A is working. Yep. Thank you for the $2. Kat for the 5. Connor for the 10. Thank you, Yankee. Hi from British Columbia, Canada. Take my Canadian funny money. Well, I appreciate the $10. Thanks. BCat says I could listen to Yankee Tim late into the night. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep him here very long. So Zelda Mojo, $2. Gus for the 20. Craig with the 20. Bob Marsh, another Yankee Cannon member. Good to see you. My goals are 1,000 ounces of silver and 10 ounces of gold. Is that a good ratio? What is the sweet spot of amount? 1,000, 2,000? Oh, man.
Let me see.
It depends. It really does depend on what your goals are, what you have for
how much
money.
gold was it?
It was my goals are 1,000 ounces of silver and 10 ounces of gold. Is that a good ratio?
Yes, that is a good ratio.
Okay.
And it's a little steeper than the ratio between gold and silver is now, but
Actually,
it is definitely a good ratio.
There's a ratio going on right now. You can see, whoops, let's get rid of that. You can see what the gold to silver ratio has done. The height, we were up in the 96 area. It's been going down and down. This is 6 months. It's down. The ratio is down over 8% over the last 6 months.
This ratio almost corresponds between the dollar index and the euro. It's running
Really?
at the pattern is the same.
Yep.
And there's probably a lot of truth to that because the dollar index is 58% euro. There's no rhyme or reason, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that because it's not silver going down, it's gold going up. And when you're talking countries, gold is much more important than silver.
Yeah, we talked about that today, about what the central banks are doing, the incredible, colossal buying spree from central banks last year, 2022. We don't see that ending. I see it increasing as uncertainty occurs in both the economy and in geopolitical strife.
Yeah, it depends on the country, but what you need to look at is how much input is from taxes and how much input is from the gross domestic product. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about this country. In these countries around the world that are buying gold.
Red Dog put in $5. Hello, Yankee Tim. Would it be worth me trying to trade numismatic coins for bullion or rounds, or would I lose what I've invested? There was a gentleman in your shop today who was doing just that, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah.
He was selling his semi-numismatics, his collectibles,
yeah,
graded bullion, some of it.
Yeah.
And I asked him, what are you planning on doing? Well, he needed some cash for some debt, but he did say, I said, well, if you go back into silver, and he says, I am, what would you get? He said, it wouldn't be this. It would be bullion. Yeah. So I think that's good. Thanks for the 5 spot. $10 says Chris Golette. Tim, yes, we have Tim on. And finally, $5 from Levi West. We've crossed $226.57. We'll be giving away some extra silver at the end of the live stream. Let me switch over to questions. All right. There's a Q&A section in the chat. You guys can go in there. This is really neat. A.A. Har says, Tim, 2024. There was a gentleman there that wanted you to run for president. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying.
Well,
what would it take for us to get you to run for some office?
If the ticket is Biden Fetterman, I'll give Donald Trump a call.
You heard it here live, guys. Oh, man. Pray that doesn't happen. Joe Kent, what other social media do you utilize? Well, I am on Instagram, so you can check me out there. There is somebody posing as Yankee on Facebook, and I have complained over and over to Facebook to take him down. I don't know who it is, but this is a growing problem. I think it's important that I give you a PSA right now. I do not use Telegram. I do not use WhatsApp. I do not charge or ask for any money on giveaways. I clear out all the scammers and spammers every 30 minutes round the clock on my video comments. I do the best I can, but guys, caveat emptor, buyer beware, be very careful. Don't just assume, oh, somebody says, WhatsApp, contact me, you won. No, that's not me. Email me at yankee.stacking@gmail.com if you're not sure. I answer this question at least a dozen times a week. People saying, is this you, Yankee? No, it's not. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. Be very careful. And in fact, sometimes people will pose as SD Bullion. They'll pose as Tim Marschner from the Coin and Stamp Shop. Be very careful. All right, so let's look at some more of these. When the stock market drops. Okay, let's do that right now. I can actually pin this, I think, right? Select question. All right, so here's a question showing up. When the stock market drops at least another 25% and hits bottom, will gold temporarily drop significantly?
Hold on.
Oh, he's checking something out. Well, in my opinion, it's really based on what's going on. The market isn't always the best indicator, in my opinion, of what gold is doing. The dollar is a much better indicator, and other factors.
Well, that would require the Dow to drop another 9,000 points, and that's not likely.
You don't think so?
No, I don't at all. I mean, that would be great because I'd just go out and buy more of the same great stocks that I have.
You're looking for good quality, dividend-paying
good dividend-paying quality. Yeah. And the last buy was a stroke of genius, even though it was pure chance.
Care to give us a stock tip, Tim? You don't have to.
What I did was when I bought the condo that my son lives in.
Yeah.
I took 500 shares out of my Exxon holdings and converted that to cash. It was like $35,000.
Yep.
It's $70 a share. And I was kicking myself. I said, I didn't really need to do that. But if it goes below 70, I'll buy it back. Okay. And then in March of 2020, during the pandemic, oil went negative, and Exxon shares dropped down from the mid-70s to the mid-30s. So I started buying it back.
Yeah.
The last buy was at 30. And, I couldn't pass up. The dividend was 12% dividend at that point. But I bought the shares that I had sold for $35,000 back at $16,000. And but then it's really surprised me because after the president tweaking the petroleum industry and all these terrific U.S. companies going overseas and conducting business as usual, Exxon and Chevron are good indicators of that. Exxon went back over 100, and Chevron's almost at 200. And it's just.
We need a whole segment here called Trading with Tim. Man, you're a trader. You're a stock trader.
Well, yeah, but I don't. When I buy a good stock, I hold on to it because of the dividends it pays.
There you go.
But most of that, I think it averaged about a 10% dividend on what I bought back.
Very good.
And that's forever. That's the money you put in based on the dividend they pay out.
Here's another question: thoughts on foreign gold versus American Gold Eagle versus and buffaloes. So foreign gold versus American Gold Eagle and buffaloes.
Well, American Gold Eagles and buffaloes are probably more liquid, but there's a lot of good foreign gold. Britannias are good, Philharmonics are good, but if you ask the average person, let's say you want to sell it, and I've got this American Gold Eagle, American Buffalo, or this Philharmonic, which one would you like to buy? They're going to pick the Gold Eagle or the Buffalo. Yep. And that's true for almost everybody in this country. If they have a choice, they're going to buy the American. But
buy American.
Keep in mind that almost all the gold bars are made overseas. Almost all of them are. And the Canadian Mint makes them, but they're not making enough to be a leader. I think the leader is probably Valcambi. Perth are desirable, but people consider them collectibles.
Oh, they are.
And so you have Perth and Valcambi are all made overseas, but so is the Canadian bar. That's made overseas, kind of.
Amazing.
It's made on the other side of the river. But there are others I would probably not buy. I'd buy Philharmonics before I'd buy old Hunter Coronas.
Okay, so people come in, they're asking for gold. What if you had to choose? If you had to tell me, what are people wanting more, American Gold Eagles or gold buffaloes, which one would you say? Is it split 50-50? Or?
Well, it used to be a lot more American Eagles, and in this past year, the Buffaloes surpassed them, and people absolutely fall in love with the Buffaloes.
I'm in love with them.
Well, they're a nice looking gold. They're really nice.
I ask almost every time.
And you put one next to a maple leaf, and they say, well, how much more than the maple leaf is that buffalo? And it just looks like it's more gold.
Although I have one special gold eagle here. It's a proof, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I have to admit, yeah. And while we're talking gold, and we have over 1,500 people in the chat, guys. This is a record for my channel. I'm sure it has to do with that guy right over there, but I have to tell 1,500 people that when I get to that magic 100,000 subscribers, I'm giving away this 1 ounce gold pig. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is a proof. There's the late queen. You guys interested in winning this? Put pig in the chat if you want to win this 1 ounce gold pig and help me get to 100,000 subscribers. Please share my channel around. Tell them about Tim. Tell them about SD Bullion. All right.
Can I borrow your keyboard so I can type pig in there?
You want the pig? You can't win the pig. You're disqualified, Tim. I can't let you win. They would never let me. They would never. I'd never hear the end of it. Tim won the pig? No, somebody else wants it, I'm sure. Will it be hard to... Ooh, this is a good one. This is an interesting one. Will it be hard to exchange bars of silver in if we ever get back to sound money? So, first of all, let me just say, getting back to sound money is probably a pipe dream, in my opinion, unless something dramatically happens to our country. And I mean, like a collapse. It's going to take a lot. But if we did, Tim?
No, I don't think so. It won't be hard to use silver and gold as currency. It won't be hard to use it as strictly barter. Mm-hmm. It won't be hard to trade in gold and buy silver, or trade in silver and buy gold. We have people doing that all the time, by the way.
Yep,
and sometimes, well, I've had somebody contact me today who said he had 300 ounces of silver and he wanted to trade in and get gold. Mm-hmm. That's not at all unusual. And if you're going to move, or take an extended term with a company mm-hmm. somewhere overseas, you might want to get rid of those 300 ounces or 500 ounces, whatever you have, and put it into gold. Mm-hmm. And put it in a safe place.
Gold's looking pretty good. If you look over the last 6 months, this is a 6 months chart. We really started to make the move in November. It's been going up steadily. It may be plateauing a bit at this point, but silver too. Silver was leading gold early on, and it has definitely been trading sideways for like months since the beginning of the year. I think year to date. Yeah, there's your year to date. So 6 months, we've been plateauing. So I think it's definitely, are we just pausing here with the next leg up, or do you see a potential for silver to really get smacked down hard?
What I notice about the gold pattern, it's the 200-day moving average is definitely positive, mm-hmm. and without any corrections at all. Silver is not quite that positive, but it's a good trend, because if you smooth this out, you've got a nice slope to it.
Yep. Let's see. We've got.
You're not putting that on the screen, are you?
Oh, I was. You take your finger and smooth it out for us. Go ahead. There. He's trying to smooth it out for us, guys. What the 2A is for? Let's see. Brian Scott asks, sovereign silver like Niue and Samoa, do they have the same guarantee as a silver eagle or maple?
They're not well known. Niue is, I think that's an island off the coast of New Zealand, right? And mm-hmm. I think they're made in the New Zealand Mint. Is that? Do you know what that is? If that's
yes, true? I'm forgetting. There's a bunch of those mints that are all made, I believe, in Australia, and I think that might be one of them. I'm not sure.
Australian mint.
Yeah.
Which one? Sydney, Perth,
I think it's
Melbourne.
Perth. I think, well, somebody in the chat will definitely
It's probably,
me up. I
well, we
thought
got
it
people
was.
from Australia there.
There you go. They should help us. But you're right. I mean, Samoa, Nui, they're not as well known, but they are considered sovereign silver, no?
They are, yeah, because they have the Queen on it.
They've got it, yeah.
And
the
I
amount.
don't know if they're going to still have Prince Charles, King Charles. I think that's still under discussion. There is a point at which they don't need to put the monarch on their coins.
They're not putting it on their currency. Australia said no. Did you see that?
Well, I think it's been under discussion in Canada.
Well,
too.
they tried. Oh, really? In Canada? Well, they tried in Australia before and it went down, and now they tried it again, and I guess they're not putting it on their currency. Not, it didn't say coins; it's a paper
They have
currency.
no respect for the king. I just like the tradition because it's a long-standing tradition, and
Yes,
I don't know what the
it is.
terms are of the Commonwealth of Nations, but I think they do have some independence when it comes to their currency.
Bobby Stacks has a political question and then a stacking question. So his first question is, Tim or Yankee, what do you guys think of Sununu running? I don't think he has a real chance.
He's his own best promoter.
He's the governor of New Hampshire.
Yes, he's his best
people,
promoter. The thing was he criticized Trump during his administration, and I think if you look at the billionaire donors right now, they don't want to contribute to Trump, but they've got to find an alternative they can all agree to, because even the billionaires who shell out lots and lots of money for elections have to back the best Republican. And I think that's the quandary. They don't want to commit themselves now. It's going to be tough for anyone to beat Trump because he is a known quantity.
He's been president.
But everything he did for this country was good. So everybody didn't like his tweets. So what?
Well, he did a lot of good.
He did a lot of good.
But I have some problems with him. So we can agree to disagree on that one.
Well,
I think I'd rather have someone else running.
He brings
too much baggage.
He gave in to Pelosi when it came to building the wall. Okay, he said, I won't sign any spending bill that doesn't have money for the wall. So she said, okay, here you go. It's got money for the wall and a lot of other crap. So
Yeah, that was bad.
he should have taken that case to the public, and he didn't do that.
Would Tim consider carrying platinum? Well, you do, just not to any large amount. Right?
When it comes in, I buy it.
Yeah.
The problem with platinum is it went up to $2,300 to $2,400 when gold was back around $500 or $600, and everybody who bought it lost their shirts, and those people will never go back to platinum, even though it's a lot less expensive. It just it was the basis for catalytic converters. I think actually now palladium is going up because palladium is much better in a metal hydride tank or in a catalytic converter because its ability to absorb hydrocarbons is much better. And the Russians control the price of both of them. They do. And
Palladium is popular in France for some reason. They like that.
It's the only place it's not
French.
really popular is here.
Yeah. Levi West, thanks for the $5 super chat. And Jeep NCJ5 super chat at $25. Love the channel. You and Tim are an amazing asset to the stacking community. Thank you so much. Well, you guys are what makes this stacking community so awesome. I thank you so much for your support. And thank you for that $25 super chat. Liberty Night Gaming threw in $10. Andrew Jackson fought against the central banks in his time. I think this is an eternal struggle, and U.S. patriots need to push back. Still, greatest country on this earth. God bless America. It is the greatest country still.
It is.
But we need to fight back. We need to. What do you think of the having a convention of states?
It could be a trap.
It could be, but
Could
a
be a
runaway
trap.
convention is
Because
probably not going to
Democrats are a
happen.
lot of big Democrat states that will sway the people on all the issues that come before a convention.
But it gives us more of a say. We could term limits. We could put in all kinds of
There are
basic
a lot
stuff.
of uneducated people in government. And what if we get a bunch of delegates to say, yeah, we can eliminate that electoral college? That's passe.
That would be so difficult. They would need a
How would it
preponderance
be?
of the states. No, all the states have to. There needs to be a lot
You're
to
assuming
ratify
there are
that.
people in all those states who are going to be delegates to the convention actually have a brain that's functional.
But at the same time, I do have faith more in the people than I do our politicians, and this is the reason why I think it has a shot.
Well, if I could pick the delegates to the convention, I would feel much more comfortable.
All right. $5 JDO. Does Sigma Metalytics tester ever go on sale? If so, when? Or do they sell refurbished testers? They're not cheap, but they are good.
Yeah, you want to browse Amazon and eBay.
Yep. Coxneed Farton. Okay. $5. As a man in my early 20s, the future that my adulthood will take place in worries me deeply. If you were in my shoes, what would you do? Speak to the 20-year-olds out there right now.
Don't listen to your teachers, depending on what school you go to.
Exactly.
Do your own research. That's all I'm going to say. If you're a student, be a student. Do your own research. Don't just take what some politician tells you as the gospel. Do your own research. If anybody had done any research in our Congress, there wouldn't be a war in Ukraine. Fact.
Wow.
And they're still not doing any research. Anybody who just got out of journalism school and thinks that what you see in all these network shows is journalism, you're mistaken. Journalism used to always be do your own research, and nobody does any research.
I just saw an op-ed, somebody arguing that journalism needs to stop being impartial. They were making the case that journalism shouldn't be impartial anymore. And I'm like, that is journalism. What are you talking about?
And who was this?
It was an article. I just shook my head. Who would dare say that? That is the antithesis of journalism. Anyway, we got 1,600 people in here, and I do have a really great question for Tim. By the way, before I ask it, hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 100,000, guys. Tim, what's the coolest, rarest coin or bar that has been through your shop?
Two. I had 1895 proof Morgan dollar in Philadelphia. They only made proofs that year. And the other one was an 1856 Indian head penny. It was actually a flying eagle penny, and that one sold for about 14,000. And the let's see, the Morgan from 1895 was close to 50,000.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. So numismatic coins, rare.
Yep, nice. And they are rare. They're definitely rare.
Have you heard? Here's one. Have you heard of the Sunshine Mint SI mark being faked, or is it 100% reliable?
I haven't seen one that's faked. And we even put those on a verifier every now and then because people are concerned that they might be fake.
Right.
Never seen a fake one.
Cool. Please advise what the premium is above spot for 90% silver. Thanks.
For which guy? Oh, 90%?
Yeah, please advise. I know what you're selling it for. Can I say it?
You can, because we dropped the price on it.
Then I'm not going to say it. No, you dropped it today?
Actually, today, yeah.
Oh, then I better not say it, because I might say it wrong, because I heard you say it both for the dime, quarter, as well as the half dollar.
Okay, there are two different schemes, okay? Yeah. If you're buying less than $1,000 face bag,
yes,
the dimes and quarters dimes and quarters are 22 times face, and the halves are 23.
They did come down.
They did come down.
Oh,
yeah.
Great.
And that's based on what it would cost me to replace them. Mm-hmm. I did order a bag today, quarters, from the wholesaler, and he's getting that for I believe it's $21,500, which is a big drop.
Yeah, that is.
Unfortunately, they price the halves differently from the dimes and quarters.
Why is that? Just there's less to get?
They're disappearing from the market fast.
Okay.
And that's why I have so many bags of quarters, because I could see the price creeping up, so I bought everything that.
Yeah, it's
my
because
old
I'm not
wholesaler
buying
had.
quarters anymore.
That could be the reason. Yeah. And
The dimes.
safe.
Now,
What's the
no,
weight of the safe that has the quarters in? It's like 300.
don't
3,000
stay away
pounds?
from my safe. That's the fake safe, though. That there's nothing in there. Here's a question: what effects do you think there would be if Congress were to end the Fed? How would it affect? Oops, I lost it there. How would it affect the banking world? Oh,
Well, since the banking world, investment houses, and the U.S. Treasury and the Fed are all the same people. They're all interchangeable.
it's all the cabal.
All the regulatory agencies are all the same people. When Bernie Madoff was ripping people off for about 12 years, he was the chairman of the NASDAQ, or the president of the NASDAQ. Okay?
I didn't know that until I watched Madoff on, I think it's Netflix. They had a whole series.
really?
Yeah, you should check it out.
Well, that's
But
why
he was ahead of the
everybody
NASDAQ,
overlooked
yeah.
what he did, because he was part of the club.
He must be trustworthy,
he was
right?
A very, very
Yeah.
important cog in the railway. And it's the same way now. But it's a lot worse. Sam Bankman-Fried got away with what he got away with because of his ties to the regulatory agencies who overlooked everything. Same thing happened with Bernie Madoff. Unfortunately, the SEC, FINRA, the CFT,
And an
Companies
acronym
Future
soup,
Trading
man.
Commission.
Yep.
They're all the same people. Okay, they're all interchangeable. It doesn't. In the U.S. Treasury, it used to be, okay, which vice president of Goldman Sachs are we going to have in the Treasury this year? It was that bad. Who's going to abolish the Fed? Now, Ron Paul spent many years trying to get the Fed audited and then abolished.
Yep.
And that's what all those Norfed coins were for. The Liberty Lobby coins and Norfed coins
I remember.
were all aimed at eliminating the Fed because it was destroying the currency. The sole purpose of having a Fed was to protect the value of the dollar, and they've been destroying it since 1913. The tip-off that they're never going to do anything about it was Bernard von Nothaus. Okay? And people should Google his name, Bernard von Naut, N-A-U-T, House, H-A-U-S. He was the guy that had that Hawaiian mint, whatever it was called. Oh. Well, we call him Bernie the Nut House.
Okay.
He had to go to court for trying to overthrow the United States government by creating a counterfeit or an alternate currency. These were the same coins that Ron Paul was selling to raise money to get the Fed audited.
Yes.
And they hauled him into court. I think the Attorney General at that time was Janet Napolitano. They hauled him into court somewhere in the Carolinas, and they found 12 stupid people who thought that those coins looked just like U.S. coins. And he was convicted under anti-terrorism statutes of trying to overthrow the United States government. He did limited jail time, was out on appeal. He went through the appeal process. He's probably still going through it. And the coins are being made at the Sunshine Mint. The feds raided Sunshine and confiscated $7 million worth of coins. Sunshine went to court and explained to the judge, we make whatever somebody pays us to make, and that has nothing to do with our, we have no stake in trying to overthrow the government. And we certainly didn't think these, on the back of the coins it said, not legal tender for barter purposes only.
But they did put dollar, right, on it? Didn't they?
Have you ever seen a Mexican coin? They use a dollar sign. That was part of the argument.
That was. I know. I remember this now.
A dollar sign. Yep. All those Pacific islands use dollar signs. Mexico uses a dollar sign.
We're never getting rid of the Fed. We're never getting rid of our central bank. That's
what they did was they put a scare in Ron Paul. He never said another word about auditing the Fed after that. And basically it was okay, Ron, keep talking, or you're going to jail with Barney the Nut House.
Great history lesson there.
Is
That's
anybody
awesome.
looking that up?
I know. I don't know. They should look it up. Yep. But they're too enamored with you. They want to ask more questions. Like, how about this one?
That's a great story, by the way.
That is a good story. Yeah. I forgot the name, but I do remember that whole litigation and what Ron Paul went through. But will gold get above $2,500 this year? Your prediction wasn't that high. Your prediction at the last year was...
I think it's going, when you look at the moving average,
Yep,
and I would say it's definitely going over 2,000.
2,000, yes.
Get to 2,500. Unfortunately, because the prices are set by the commodities brokers, they're really set according to world events. If there's... if we get involved in trying to take Crimea back for Ukraine, or try to do anything militarily with Ukraine, we're going to be in big trouble. You may see gold and silver soar.
If that's what I'm thinking.
You know, sending them tanks, that's dipping your foot in the water. Sending them F-16s.
F-16s, that's a whole nother ball of wax.
That's a war.
Yes.
That's a war.
Yep. But we're kind of doing it, though, by proxy. If you give this stuff to Poland...
Yeah, wait a second. How many Ukrainian pilots do you think there are who fly F-16s? I mean, just give me a for instance.
2.
Well, let me give you another historical fact.
All right.
There was a revolution in Guatemala in 1954, okay? And it was against the communist guerrillas, and the president had become a communist, okay? So the rebels, the ones who wanted to take back Guatemala from the communists,
Right.
Bombed the presidential palace, scared the president into leaving office, and he went into hiding. And then the right-wing organization of what were they called? Not the same as Nicaragua.
Nicaragua and the Sandinistas.
Not the same.
No.
But anyway, they took power back.
Yep.
Okay. In Eisenhower's memoirs, written probably in the early 60s, he said one of the most difficult decisions he had to make was allowing the CIA pilots to fly those planes that bombed the presidential palace in Guatemala. He was not supposed to ever reveal that fact. But that gave the United States a real black eye.
Yep.
Because that opened the door to any other big country like the Soviet Union to fly advanced weaponry in Vietnam or Cambodia or Laos or any of the places where we were involved in a conflict. And, who knows if they didn't. But that's another baby step toward a nuclear war.
Right. I think La Fiddler won. We are going to go through 2,500 if we have another. If we go into a hot war, anything could happen. Before I jump to the next question, which I will post up here for you to take a look at, I want to thank Mark Razor, super chatting $5. Actually, he asked a question too, so why don't we take his? Sterling silver, 0.925, or worn out 90% mercury dimes. When you need to sell, what's the difference?
A big difference. Sterling silver sells for a much lower price. I think the refineries, because the refining of sterling silver is more expensive than refining 999 or 90%, because 90% used to be called coin silver, and spoons and forks were made out of coin silver. So the refineries are all set up to process 90% or 999. Sterling silver is a little annoying because all it has to have is 92.5% silver in it, and the other 7.5% could be various shades of dog do. In other words, they use brass, they use copper, use all kinds of mixed metals to provide the stiffness, so the tines of a fork don't bend. But it's much more expensive to extract the silver out of sterling silver.
Yep. Typically,
if you take it to a jewelry store or even in my shop, you'll probably get 70% of the gross weight instead of 92.5%.
Cool. All right, I am going to ask. Carl C. I don't want to ask. I don't want to comment on this because this is going to get Tim going. Okay, he's looking at it with his. All right. He says Carl C. agrees with me. He threw $10 down to show me that he really agrees with me about Trump. Loved his policies, but I don't agree with how he's capitulating to the liberal agenda. This is going to set you off, I know.
Which liberal agenda? That's I want to see which one are you talking about?
Fiscally, he is as liberal as any
Go look at every spending bill.
What he said to the central banks, you need to cut. What's wrong with you? He was berating Powell in a way that now he steps back. When he's in control, he fiscally is out of control, and that's my opinion. Well, monetarily, he's also out of control.
He's the one who sent Powell to go talk to Nancy Pelosi and say, you're at 27 trillion. Don't go above 27 trillion because we can't pay the interest on that.
He wanted him to keep easy money. He loves...
I mean, keeping interest rates down. No,
he loves to keep it at... He loves ZERP. He loves inflation. He loves inflation. He is a real estate mogul. They love inflation. It inflates away all their debt.
Not accurate. Go look at all the spending bills that he signed. Every single one of them required money for the wall. And Nancy Pelosi said, "Oh, you want money for the wall? There it is."
I'm not against his border policies. I'm not against his border policies.
In the omnibus bill, there's 7,200 pet projects. All these turtle tunnels, and how many of those do you know? Do you know what any one of those are? Any one?
I didn't read it, and I don't know any of it.
That's the problem.
That is.
Trump didn't know what he was signing either. They pumped in all these pet projects, but he had money for the wall, so he signed it.
He's just another long line of politicians. Unfortunately, I don't like his fiscal monetary policies. I did like what he did.
He was determined to get that wall built before the Democrats
took over. I love the wall. I loved what he did with the Supreme Court. I love many of the things that he was fighting for, but some of it is no different than the It's like two sides of the same coin.
Specifically what?
He wanted monetarily for us to keep 0% interest rates. He wanted easy money. He told the Fed, keep it easy. He was fighting for that. That is terrible for our country. That is destroying our dollar.
As a result of the actions of the Fed, we are no longer able to pay the interest on that debt at all.
No argument there.
No longer able to pay even just the interest.
Right.
Which will guarantee a central bank digital currency, and that's the killer. If Trump was still in office, we would not have a central bank digital currency. And
you might be right on that.
And Trump would tell the Europeans, clean up your house and do it on your own because we're not going to help you.
Okay, I knew we were going to go down this. You and I agree on almost everything, and we do agree on a lot when it comes to Republicans and Trump. However, he made it way too easy for the leftists to take him down. We need a different candidate. We need a conservative.
Okay, and so things are so much better under higher interest rates, aren't they?
I know, right?
I mean, that's the argument.
No. We're going to just,
things are so much better under higher interest rates, aren't they?
Well, you and I disagree, I think, a little bit on this, too. I think the only way out of our predicament is to allow the free market to determine what these rates should be.
Yes, and the free market is going to disappear rapidly if we don't get the Democrats out of there. Because they do not believe in a free market.
No, I agree with you there. All right, let's go back to metals. Is there an advantage?
That's an easy way out.
I know, right? No, it's not. You and I have had some interesting conversations, but we agree more than we disagree. Prepper 007, $5 super chat. Is there an advantage to Britannias or Maples opposed to Silver Eagles regarding their security marks for if there was a collapse or no way to test them? So he talking about the security features of these coins.
Well, the Maple Leaf, because of the radial lines they put on them, if you want to counterfeit a Maple Leaf, you'd have to spend millions of dollars on equipment. So it's just isn't worth counterfeiting.
It's not feasible. All right.
And if you look at the the eye of the eagle on the gold American eagle, there's a lot of detail you can't see with the naked eye. Take a magnifier and look at that eye, and there are features about it that will astound you with how much detail is out there. I can't see
I love
without the magnifier.
You get your magnifier.
But
I love the reverse on the gold, the new Type 2 gold
it's
ribbon.
I thought it was going to grow on it, but I liked it almost.
Oh yeah,
immediately. It was
immediately.
really
I
nice.
love that.
But the detail in it is really phenomenal.
Yep, I agree. Brendan Brazier super chatted $20. Vermont here, hoping to see Tim soon. Well, come on over the border. Get out of Vermont. Come to the live free or die state. Matthias McGuire, $5. Thank you for that super chat. Hey Tim, says Mike P, who super chatted $5. I believe you said you lived in New Jersey at one time. Where about? Also, do you know any quality coin shops in New Jersey?
There are a couple. I've had visits from a couple of coin shops. I think one is I wish I could remember the name. It's U.S. Gold and something, and I'm not sure. I think they're midway down on the eastern shore. I lived in a place in Vernon Township. I moved there because the Playboy Club Hotel was there. They had 3 golf courses. And Vernon Valley was a ski area, and Great Gorge was a ski area. And I swear, I had my 3-piece suit on, and I had my ski boots in the car in the wintertime. I'd put a park on, put my ski boots on, and ski every evening. They had night skiing every night at Great Gorge and Vernon Valley. And in the summertime, starting in the spring, I took lessons from a guy named Mahaffey, who was on the PGA Tour at the Playboy Club, and became a pretty good golfer. And I asked him one day, I said,
What was your handicap?
Oh, I got down to an 8 handicap. But then that went away as soon as I moved back.
Oh, my word.
As soon as I moved back, my father signed me up for a member guest tournament.
Yeah.
And I hadn't played for 3 or 4 years, and I shot 120 and embarrassed my father. If you don't keep playing golf,
you lose it fast.
Keep it. And,
when was the last time you skied?
Became tougher and tougher, after my wife died. I used to ski all the time on New Year's Day because everybody would be sleeping and I was out on the slopes early. And I used to go to Killington.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vermont, Killington is a snowball. It must snow every day at Killington.
Your wife skied too, didn't she?
Did,
yeah. All right, so that was
that was my story about
New Jersey. New
Jersey is the state that it literally has everything.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you want that you can't find in New Jersey. It's an amazing state. Very populous, and they have a lot of crime, but it's an amazing state.
Knox Stacks, thank you for the $2. Call a friend. Let's get this over 2,000. Yeah, we're at 1,700. I don't know if that's going to happen, but thank you. Will we be able to use CBDCs to purchase metal? Says oh man, I could talk for a while on this one. Touch them. Thank you for the $5. Assuming they give you free coin to encourage its use. It is said toucheism. Oh, sorry. Toucheism 13.
The central bank digital currency are exactly as they're described. They're a digital currency used by central banks. It's nothing more than a computer entry. Yep. Way it used to work, a company like, let's just pick J.P. Morgan. I'm not sure if this is pure fiction, but the relationship would probably hold true.
You love Jamie Dimon, don't you?
Well, I think he's right now. He's been calling for gloom and doom. So who knows? I mean, he's a lot closer than I am, to what's going on.
Yep.
And he's also a lot more effective in making things happen. But let's say they have a hedge fund bet, and they win the bet. They put the money in their pocket. If they have a hedge fund bet and they lose the bet, what do? Well, they go raid the capital reserves of Chase Manhattan Bank. And Chase calls the Fed and said, in the case of Ben Bernanke, he says, hey, Ben, we're about $2 billion short. And Ben say, hold on. You're all set. That's the way it used to work. And that's with the central bank currency that is actually belongs to the taxpayers, or is actually taken from the taxpayers. They just every bank that is able to survive a run in the bank, that's called a stress test. They're using taxpayer money to do that, to survive it. So, and it's when they had the stress test in July, I think was May, they printed a year's supply of cash, gave it to these key banks so they could pass the stress test. All that is assuring that these key banks have enough cash on hand to survive a run of the banks. Why cash? Well, because if you're taking your money out of the bank, you don't want a bank check.
That's right.
You want the Benjamins, as Elon Omar would say.
Show me the Benjamins. I would say the quick answer here, toucheism, is it depends. I think that you
don't want to encourage a digital currency.
No, you don't. In fact, you're going to love, one of my subscribers is going to send me a stamp. It's in the mail. That stamps, that you can stamp your currency with a George saying, "Don't get rid of George. Resist the central bank digital currencies." And you just stamp that on your currency so that people will wake up.
Yep, all that currency will be disappearing like that.
They'll get rid of that, right?
The worst possible thing that could happen to any country is to have a digital currency that replaces cash.
It's horrible.
You don't ever want to even consider that. Don't listen to your kids when they come back and say, "What do we need cash for? I can use my card for anything." Okay? They're being taught that in school too. Resist that at all costs. That is the end of the nation if they have replaced the cash anywhere. Okay? Just take my word for it.
I believe
That's the end of the nation.
So again, real quick, CBDCs to purchase metals, if they allow you to, if you are haven't run amok, if you're in the right demographic, if you
don't want to be near CBDCs.
I know. I'm just trying to answer his question.
Central bank and central bank, leave it there.
You're okay with a wholesale type of central bank to central bank CBDC. On a retail level, it is bad news. I think it's bad news across the board.
How would it ever get to the retail level? You're not going to argue with the United States using their central bank digital currency to buy gold from another nation, are you?
I think it's one step
even though
towards
it's
that.
An obligation on us.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's going to be first a clearinghouse between banks and central banks, and then retail banks to the central bank, and then eventually it will be to the retail customer. We are going to see digital wallets.
Don't let that happen.
Don't let it happen. Don't let that happen, guys. Fight it.
There should be a movement to take all your cash out of the banks if they ever propose that.
I think you should be doing that now. Don't wait. Pull your savings out. Leave only what you absolutely must need to have for monthly expenses in your bank. Be the bank, guys.
Okay, if the things about a digital currency as far as at a retail level, if you've got your chip in your hand or whatever they're going to do, and all you have to do is wave at the machine, walk into a gun store and try to buy some ammo.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't work on ammo. Well,
or you'll be limited, or you're not the right person.
No, they say there'll be a little notice, your name and address has been sent to the ATF, period.
Done.
They control everything if they have a digital currency.
They won't need to withhold your taxes.
No, they'll say, "This is a great idea. You'll never have to pay your taxes again. We'll do it for you."
Oh yeah.
But then you have no deductions.
Exactly.
There'd be no reason for a receipt.
And then they'll say, "You know what? Your carbon footprint, Tim, is a little too high."
That's right. So we're telling the oil company not to deliver any oil this month. I mean, it is that bad.
It is that bad.
And how about that?
This is not a conspiracy theory.
Well, since your medical profile has been uploaded to the government computer, and you just went to Dunkin' Donuts, you can buy the coffee, but you can't buy the donuts. Period. Okay, because
I like the donut.
You've been identified as being obese, so this is what you can buy, this is what you can't buy. It is that bad. And even as a teenager, you got stopped because you were drinking and driving. You were drinking a Colt 45 or something, and so you had a DUI complaint. your digital wallet will not work for buying beer or liquor anywhere in the country. It is that bad.
I understand.
That is the plan. It's total control over your life. If you go to and buy an item at a yard sale, you only can pay with it with your digital currency, and then you go to sell it on eBay, and you made more than you paid for it. You're going to pay taxes on that capital gain. Mm-hmm. It is that bad. You don't want a digital currency at all. Don't let anybody tell you it's a good idea. And whatever you do, don't let your kids tell you it's a good idea. Sit them down and say, okay, you've just lost control of your life and everything you do. If you have a digital currency.
Preach it, brother. Love it. You were right on there. Hogue, $10.
We could go on for hours with all the examples of how that's bad.
I agree.
And, we probably should do that sometime. Because I could dream up 1,000 ways that's bad.
We should. Hogue, $10. Thank you. And Tim, I gained a lot of knowledge from you two. You all are great together. So thank you. Make numismatics great again. $5 super chat. Will the government demand that everyone turn in their Okay, we're going to talk. Man, this could go off. This is the confiscation discussion. I've done several videos on this, but he wants to know if they will require us to turn in our precious metals for the good of the country. Silver for electronics, U.S. debt, paying our fair share, being a true American, bring your gold and silver in. And if so, what would you do?
Okay, if people put Congress back in the hands of the Democrats, something like that could happen. But remember, executive orders are not laws. You don't have to abide by executive orders. The only reason that they do it, our border states, is they think the crisis will convince everybody that it's, this is what's going on in this government. And, they'll convince everybody at this, what sacrifice. If I were running any one of these border states, I would have already brought out the National Guard, the Texas Rangers, you name it. Maybe a local militia to stop the traffic across the border.
It's a good point. You're spot on with executive orders. I also want to state a few other facts. One is you're seeing a huge state initiative, state by state, making gold and silver exempt from taxes, making it real money, making it used for exchange of goods and services.
It's not quite that many states.
It's coming though, but I know there's a few. And I can see it, and there's a lot pending, and I think you're going to see more and more towards that. And that's one thing. The other thing is, guys, they can do anything. The government could take your house, eminent domain. They could take anything at any time, and there's nothing you could do about it. However, I believe that the government is far more enamored with taking our wealth through inflation, stealing it through digital means. I would be much more concerned about your IRAs, 401ks, bank accounts, and those types of things than I would about the pittance that United States citizens have in silver and gold. In 1932, people walked around with gold in their pockets if they were rich enough. It was used for backing our currency. We couldn't inflate our currency without the commensurate amount of gold and silver. That is all gone. When FDR, passed his, we closed the backing of our currency, and then we closed the redemption of it later on. That's the end. We can inflate till the cows come home. We don't have to worry about it. So people don't have it. We don't need it to inflate our currency. And there never was a door-to-door confiscation. It was not. It was a executive order, and people were not being required to bring it in.
What Roosevelt did was he separated from the currency, so gold was no longer a valid currency.
No valid, yes.
And all the bankers in New York definitely knew this whole scheme was voluntary.
Yeah.
And they had to have a provision for or an exemption for collectors. So the definition of a collectible item was a coin, a gold coin that was actually worth more than its face value. Right. The face value that was closest to a troy ounce was a $20 gold piece. It was 97% of a troy ounce in gold. But shortly after the recall, the so-called recall, which no New York banker ever sent them anything except the coins that had holes in them or that were bent or had deep scratches, they sent that stuff back in, and that was accounted for. But when they pegged gold at $35 an ounce, that made every gold coin collectible, every single one. And people don't realize that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The bankers knew that was the next step.
That's the next step.
Number one, we're going to separate it from the currency, so it's no longer valid currency. The banks can take it in. They can only give you Federal Reserve notes for it. But step two was they pegged it at $35 an ounce, which made everything collectible. That was the exemption. And people don't realize that.
And just because there was an exemption back then under a completely different monetary system doesn't mean that that's going to be the case if they did decide to do a confiscation this time.
Well,
but it's not. It's different now.
Well, Nixon protected that. In 1971, all these countries we had built arms for and everything.
Yeah.
And it was Bretton Woods Conference said, okay, you want to keep buying your gold back, peg your currency to the dollar. Okay, so everybody pegged their currency to the dollar.
That was the big bait and switch.
They continue to give us their paper.
We defaulted.
Well, wait a second. They gave us paper to get their gold back.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So Nixon called in his economic advisor, a guy named Paul Volcker, who's never been right about anything in his entire life.
You hate Volcker. Oh, go on.
And he said, I've come up with a perfect solution. Peg gold at $44 an ounce, and that'll stop the flight of gold. All right, Nixon said, thank you for your input. He turned around to his inner circle, Haldeman, Ehrlichman, Colson, and Dean, same guys who went to jail for the Watergate.
For Watergate, yep.
And he said, that guy's got his head where the sun doesn't shine, so what do you think? And they came up, let it float. Let it float, see what they're willing to pay.
Right.
Immediately, these countries in Europe who wanted their gold back were willing to pay $75 an ounce. And, the rest is historical because in 1980, that trend continued until it got up to $800 an ounce. A little more history.
That's awesome.
And don't blame Nixon for, taking away the gold, because all he did was allow it to float on the market.
The other thing I'll say, too, when it comes to the likelihood of an actual confiscation, modern day confiscation, again, digital is your first concern. That's why I keep telling people, be the bank, get it out of there. But keep your eye on the U.S. Mint. They're not going to do it as long as the U.S. Mint's making silver coins, making gold coins. It's not, you will see signs. They're pulling back. They're going to stop other things before they do that. I just don't see the need for them to go after something that very few people have. 0.001% of our country is stacking gold and silver. That is a tiny, tiny amount to go after. There's a lot of other wealth that they can steal from us first.
Yeah, but because of your channel, they're more visible. So it's easier for the government to confiscate everything they have.
No. Okay.
Okay. One more thing about
all right, one more.
IRAs and 401ks.
Yes.
It's probably now 10 or 12 years ago, maybe even longer. Democrats, led by people like Chuck Schumer, came up with a scheme to save Social Security. And it's a fact that you, in a 401k or an IRA, you never pay taxes on that money. So the IRS has a claim on everything you put in a 401k or an IRA. Even if you've made a huge profit in your IRA or 401k, the IRS has a claim to it. So the text of this bill, in a roundabout way, says that let's say you retire at age 66. I don't know what it is now. It's probably higher than that. And according to the tables, you're going to die at 81. In that period of time, you'll get in Social Security benefits $250,000. Just pick a number. Right. And you happen to have $250,000 in an IRA or a 401k, that will be your Social Security. They'll have a scheme. They'll say, guess what? You won't ever have to pay taxes on this money. In fact, that's your Social Security right there. Okay,
Mhm.
that's the way they
That's
think.
how they think.
That's the way
Yep.
Democrats think. Okay,
Yep.
you never paid taxes on that, so we're going to enforce the taxes.
There it is.
And by letting that be your
That
401
I'm
IRA,
concerned. Yeah, and
Social
they
Security.
the Roth IRA rules could change. There are so many ways they could do bank bail-ins. Guys, trust me. There are a lot of other ways to see our wealth evaporate with the wrong people in the government. I would be far less concerned about a physical confiscation of your gold and silver. I do not believe that is
Well,
likely.
where's that bill now? Okay. I heard one guy that I've known for years and years who was in the Congress say, yeah, that's in a broom closet somewhere in the Senate. And when senators walk by that closet, they change to the other side of the hall. Nobody wants to bring that to the floor because it, might cause an insurrection of sorts.
Of sorts.
But that is the scheme because Social Security will soon be known as to be. Well, they said it was 2024 to be bankrupt. Now they're saying, 2030 is bankrupt.
Right.
I mean, they keep moving the goalposts because it's already bankrupt, and so is Medicare. They're squeezing the doctors more every year in Medicare.
So we got 5 minutes left, and I've kept you here.
Gee, really?
I know, right? Look at that, 10:30 coming up. We have some giveaways we have to do. I'm going to end that. You have so many questions. We're going to have to do this again. Unfortunately,
let's
guys.
do some of the questions.
You want more?
I just won't elaborate on them.
You won't elaborate. You want to rapid fire them. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, first of all, Adam Pollard, who dropped to $5 super chat. This one really hit home. Hey guys, how do you guys manage to stay positive in this kind of time? I'm a young man trying to establish my finances, trying to see a good side. Can I encourage you, Adam, in a couple ways? One, you be responsible financially, do the right thing. Like Tim was saying, do your own research. Don't just listen to people that try to discourage you or try to lie to you and tell you that, we're here, we're the government, we're here to help. We'll give you everything you need, cradle to grave. You be wise, you do your own research. But I also want to say one last thing to you too. You can't trust in silver and gold to save you. All right? There is only one place to put your trust, and that is in the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is where you need to have your peace and assurance. You give your life to Him and you follow Him, and all the other things that you're worried and concerned about will be taken care of because He loves you. Got to say that. It was important for me to get that out, but don't give up. Keep striving, and if you want to email me at yankeestacking@gmail.com, you do that. All right, a few other questions for Tim. Mike Russ, $2 super chat. Thank you. Joe, $20 super chat. I concur with Tim. No CBDCs. So, and me too. And Yankee. Yankee, keep up the goal. Yankee and Tim, keep me on goal for my stacking. Thank you. Good to see that. $1.99 from Charles. A $9.99 super chat from Shibui99. Mandates are not laws either. Keep up the good dialogue. And 99 cents from Hogue. Thank you once again, Tim, for sharing your wealth of knowledge. I grew up hearing the same thing from my uncles who were born in 1918, 1920, 1924. They lived it, and I'm glad you are still speaking the same truth. Godspeed, friend. Thank you for that. Great words. $2 super chat from Joe and Kenny as well. Thank you for the super chats, guys. We're over 400. We'll give away some extra silver too. And now, before I cancel the questions, let's look at some of these. Do you see anything that jumps out? Yeah.
Let me just say something. I'm keeping positive.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, please answer that.
You've been in the store on a typical day,
Yep.
and the phone rings every minute. It just rings and rings.
Constantly.
I talk to the most intelligent, caring people every day, and I tell you, answering those calls and listening to people and their problems and their concerns and how they want to continue stacking and how much money they want to put into precious metals. I mean, it's very, very uplifting.
Encourages you.
Yeah, it does, because these are intelligent people who are taking responsibility for their own lives and not relying on a government or a bank or anyone else. And that's really encouraging.
That's awesome.
And I just hope that positivity
Expands,
expands.
right. We want it to grow, guys. Get more people. And I see that happening. I see more younger stackers. I see fiscal responsibility, people really concerned about their country, patriots. And that really encourages me all around the country.
Yeah, there's a lack of personal responsibility that's sweeping the country, and that's got to end soon.
Yep, I agree. All right. Tim, can you, let's see, write a book? They want us to write a book and go on tour around the country, Tim, selling books in silver and gold. It depends on where, right? I mean, Texas, you might, Where would you like to go, Tim?
Well, someplace warmer than my house.
Oh, man, it is. We're going to have a bad cold snap.
Here's somebody who wants to know your opinion on Philly or Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Boy, the Giants couldn't make any progress against Philadelphia. San Francisco had the worst luck of any team I think I've ever seen in an important game.
Yeah. Philly has had an easy road of it, though, to the Super Bowl, relatively speaking.
Well,
I don't know if they've been truly
San Francisco
tested.
wasn't a pushover, but they
haven't been fully tested.
They had no quarterbacks. They could have finished they could have drafted a wide receiver to play quarterback.
So who do you like?
Purdy had to go back in. He couldn't even throw. I think Philadelphia is the real deal. I think that Kansas City was lucky that the linebacker
that penalty
decided to screw the game for them. I mean, took two steps out of bounds and then hit Mahomes. Oh, what a genius!
I felt bad for that guy. He was crushed after that bonehead move.
Oh man!
So you're going to go with?
I'm going to go with Philly.
I'm going to go with Kansas City.
That's good.
Just because I just want to.
Neither have had any idea what's going to happen in this game. Right? And I'll tell you, this is one game I wouldn't bet a dime on.
I know, right? Not a silver dime. Let's see. I did see. Can the U.S. Mint be sued or investigated for price gouging?
Who, me?
No. Can you sue the Mint?
Yeah,
not you. We're not suing you.
I think you should. But I wouldn't just sue them for price gouging. I would sue them for everything else they do.
Jim, Steve Walker wants to know, when was the last time you sold a stamp? What was your last stamp you sold? I
literally had a guy walk over from next door. He had to send something, I guess, to keep himself out of jail. So I sold him a couple of stamps.
How about that? Best sovereign to stack and what bar? What's your best? What's the hot stuff right now?
In gold or silver?
Silver. Let's start with that.
Silver. We have much more luck with Maple Leafs.
Yep.
Maple Leafs are just doing great. I'm very impressed with the Canadian Mint.
Cool. What would you consider a good size stack of silver and gold? Minimum, mid, and max. Boy, it depends on what your goals are and how much you have. How much you
can afford to live without. That's the key.
Ooh, I like that. Yes. Pig, do I win yet? No, guys. The pig is later. It's getting close to 100,000. Hang in there. New to stacking. Thanks to you guys. Is constitutional a better investment than new silver rounds and coins? You get that a lot too, don't you?
Well, they're getting closer. Because constitutional has not gone up at the same rate that the 1 ounce bullion coins have gone up.
Nope.
And I honestly thought it was going to be just the opposite.
Well, the government minted went up much quicker. The constitutional, isn't that somewhere in between the government minted silver bullion, the sovereign silver, and just a round or a bar?
It is. It's $29.30 now.
Okay.
And the sovereign coins, most of the sovereign coins are around 29, like the Maple Leaf and the Britannia, et cetera, et cetera. But if you look at it as an alternative to the American Eagle, it's a bargain.
Right.
But I don't think it's going to go down much more. I think because they're not making it anymore, and
Right.
and people are not turning it in. It's constitutional. It's going to start going up again.
Steve has a question. Curious what you think of the real value of silver is, not in terms of fiat, but in real money. And I dropped a video on this last week and talked about how 25 dimes, I think it was. Am I right? Yes, could fill my gas tank. Silver dimes. So when you price things in terms of goods and services, that I think is where the constitutional silver comes into play. Silver, we price it in terms of the paper markets, the spot price. It's not really tangible that it's based on. It's based on the COMEX and the markets, the futures markets. That's a tough way to price your silver, in my opinion. I love to price my silver less gold, but more silver in terms of my goods, what it costs to get, some food at the groceries. How much silver would it take to have an old filling of mine replaced in the worst case, to barter for it? That's how I think silver is best priced. That's my opinion. Tim?
Hold on one second.
Oh, he's checking something. And then speak on 40%ers. Okay, so some people, we'll touch on 40%, but first, what do you think about the real value of silver? Not in dollars.
I think between 35 and 38. That's where it belongs.
That's where you believe the spot price should be.
Yes, I at least between 30 and 35.
Because we're behind inflation. It's being held back.
That's the one thing that's a little confusing, because when people say, well, what will everything else cost if gold goes to 3,000 and
Exactly.
silver goes to 50?
Right.
Well,
Or 100.
everything will go up in inflation. So if we are in a serious inflationary economy, the metals will go up by themselves. The only thing that is a drag on silver is the COMEX.
Mm-hmm.
And
they can get away with it right now. I think they're going to lose control of that.
they're going to change the rules. That's what they're going to do. They can change the rules. Keep in mind,
The rules aren't going to benefit us.
They say, well, you need so much physical silver to back up the paper trades. That doesn't
Yep.
make any sense.
Right.
Paper trades are all thin air. People are investing in thin air. They're not investing in silver. And it's the same thing with cryptocurrencies.
Oh.
Cryptocurrencies are thin air. And the people who do well with cryptocurrencies are the ones who get out when they've made a profit and then go spend that money on something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then it's no longer thin air; it's actually part of the money supply. So
40% silver, $half. Do you?
they're a problem. The refineries still don't want them.
I don't think you should stack it. I really don't. I mean, it's better than nothing, but I think you should stick with 90 or above. So.
It's a fair amount of silver per dollar.
It's cheap.
It's still a long way off.
Yeah, but when you go to sell it, that's where you'll see just how cheap it really is.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've done well with the questions. What do you think, Tim? Do you want more? You've got to get back and package boxes, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I'm going to be there probably 4 tomorrow morning.
When will Tim run for political office? We asked that. I don't. Would you say would Fetterman and Biden are the candidates,
then I'll
right?
call Trump and ask him if he needs a really good vice presidential candidate.
I don't know. Maybe you should call DeSantis. Just call somebody. Okay.
That's right.
Tim, do you like 1996 Eagles? Ooh, we just saw one today.
They've been pretty static. They got up around $60, and there are other Eagles that are more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, very simply, was the bath water or the heating, cooling water, whatever, spotted all these coins, and the wholesaler was sending them back to the U.S. Mint,
Yep.
and they decided just melt them down, and there's no sense in making more. So they didn't make any more 96s. They just made the ones that weren't spotted, and then took the others back. So that makes it was a fairly low mintage of what was out there. If you read mintage figures, it includes the spotted ones.
Right.
But they're going to stay where they are. I think they're going to remain around $60, and there are others that are even more valuable that are going to surpass that.
What do you think of the America the Beautiful 5 ounce? Silver coins, are they?
Um,
They're beautiful. Are they worth it? I mean, I have a couple just for collecting. They're
who
fun.
produced them? Oh, you're talking about
The America, yeah.
quarters, the quarters. Yeah, they're.
Yep.
They're
Oh no,
nice.
no, I'm sorry. No. It was right here. Is America the beautiful the 5 ounce? Remember?
5 ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that because there's
the quarters.
there's an old private mint thing that was called America the Beautiful. You're talking about the ones that are the same size and shape as and design as a quarter. I think they're good, but the companies that distribute those in large numbers have really gotten the price out of whack. Mm-hmm. So I think where you could buy a 5 ounce bar or round for less than $140, you'd be talking $180 to $200 for most of these.
Okay. Do you ship to Canada, Tim?
We do without insurance, and if you want to take, we can get tracking, and the U.S. tracking ends at the border, and the Canadian Postal Service adds their own tracking, but the insurance is impossible, so it's not a good idea.
All right.
Or if you order something and you're going to the Canadian Grand Prix next June, I can meet you at the border or something.
You going?
Yeah. I go every year.
That's awesome. All right, I think we're done with the Q&As, right? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See any others there?
I think we're good.
Starting to lose people.
Well, 1,600. That's still pretty impressive. Actually, that's twice my normal average. So, I'm impressed with 1,600. They obviously want to hear from you, but they also are interested in getting some silver. So we are going to be doing a series of giveaways. And I think that's a draw too. So pig, give the pig away. No, not the pig. The pig is at 100,000, guys. We're gonna have a fun live stream for that. Maybe Tim will call in for that live stream. My son will be here.
I'm gonna probably have to bail.
You're bailing, right? Okay, guys. Tim's gonna leave us.
A lot of people writing pig in there.
I know that, but they're all also saying thank you. So everybody say thank you to Tim. I really appreciate him joining. And what I'll do is I'll take a little pause. I'll walk Tim out, say goodbye. Then we'll come back. Don't go unless you don't want to be involved in any giveaways. But, before we do that, we're going to end this poll too. So there it is. Let's all... nope, the poll was, are you going into American Eagles? It was about split. About 50-50 almost. Eagles. And you said it was coming down, so...
Yeah, well, American Eagles are American Eagles.
Yeah.
I ordered a few hundred, and when the Monster Box became available, I ordered that. So it will always have American Eagles, either current ones or back dates, or a combination of the both. American Eagles, Maple Leafs, in the gold, American Eagles, Buffaloes, Maple Leafs will always have those.
Tim's info will be in he's in the description of all my Tim videos, which, by the way, we have done 100 Tim videos.
Oh, that's damn boring.
100. And they are some of the best videos, man. I really do appreciate you.
I have a binge watcher in my family.
You do?
Yes.
Binge watching your...
My 4-year-old granddaughter insists on watching YouTube in the morning instead of the cartoons.
And does your...
Oh, yeah, she gets Yankee stacking.
Oh, that's awesome. I did not know that. That's fantastic. Well, it is kid safe, so kid friendly. All right, guys. Hang on. We will be right back with some giveaways. You're not going to want to leave, but I do need to take a quick pause. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. Thank you for sticking around, and hopefully we will make it worth somebody's while. We're down to 1,300. Actually, if I stayed away a little longer, your odds would all go up, and I'm sure you would appreciate that. Let's open this box. So I really want to see what is in here, because I have a feeling it's part of a giveaway. Yankee. Jefferson round for tonight's GA. Just under 1 ounce. Libertads. Ooh. 2 old, 2 new, 4 winners preferred. Oh, but for the 100,000 giveaway stream. All right, and then there's a box for you and Little Stacks. My son, please don't open it until... Oh, man, that'll be fun. Thanks for everything. So we've got... This is, by the way, from someone who wanted to remain anonymous. So unfortunately, I can't say this person's name. They just care about the community and wanted to bless the community. So very nice. 2, look at this, 4 Libertads. So you got the Anzas, the old ones, and 2 new ones. We'll add that to the 100K giveaway along with the pig. And I have other silver too, so that'll be fun. And this one, though, wow, we can do this one tonight. What is this? Oh, and there's for Yankee and Little Stacks. But I can't open this, though. Right? Yeah, please open it. Okay. All right, so we'll put this away and that over there. And then this, though, look at this. This is toned up. By the way, did you guys enjoy having Tim on the live stream? That was just the best. I absolutely love it when he comes on. But, oh, look at this. Thomas Jefferson, who, by the way, shares a birthday with Yankee. The date, not the year. Okay, guys? I'm old, but I'm not that old. April 13th. That's my birthday. 1743. Oh, that's pretty cool. And yeah, it is really toned up. Wow. Oh, definitely in the obverse, more than on the reverse. That is really cool. I love Jefferson. You probably, if you follow my channel, if you subscribe to my channel and you see the posts, I love to post quotes from Thomas Jefferson. So we've got, let's see, how many giveaways do we have? We've got silver quarters. Man, this is I think it's a Christmas round, right? Yeah, Merry Christmas. This would be good for next year, stocking stuffer. We'll give that away. This is all from Sharktooth Stacker, so thanks again to Sharktooth for giving this 75,000 subscriber giveaway. Whoa, that is sweet. Wow. Is it really Carmen Rose? That's great. We share a birth date. All right. And then, whoa, that is so pretty. Chunky. Man, 2 ounces. 999 fine silver. We are going to give that away as well. I had to pull it out of the flip. I had to see it. Man, we're giving away a buffalo round, a little bit of tarnish on that. By the way, I did drop a video a while back, like 2 years ago, on how to get rid of tarnish without damaging the coin. Yes, there's all kinds of solutions you can buy, but this one's really nice. Doesn't require baking soda, because that can, especially if you rub it, can scratch the silver. I don't have the link handy, but you can do a Google search on Yankee and tarnish, how to remove tarnish, and you can find that video. I do it to a lot of my numismatic coins, just the regular bullion stuff. Here's another one. Oh, this is a smaller one. This, I think, is a half ounce. Let me check. Golden State Mint, half troy ounce, 999 fine. Pretty, huh? We're going to give that away. Oh, I love that. That is, I'm not a big stacker of half ounce or fractional silver. The constitutional silver is how I like to stack my fractional silver, but that is really a pretty eagle. All right. And then this one, let's pull that out of the flip. This guy, again, chunky, Queenie on that side. It is a 1.5 troy ounce silver. I think this is the Wildlife Series, an owl. That is really nice. So put that down. Oh, might as well take out, let's see it, the Christmas round here. That's nice. All right. So we've got a nice little smattering of silver to give away. We're also going to be giving away some of this. I didn't do an early bird word tonight because of Tim. We'll get to that another time, another Ask Yankee. But we've got, let's do a dollar face, 2 Washingtons, and 2 standing liberties. Ooh, I love standing liberty quarters. We'll put that in a nice little stack there. And I think, hold on a second, there was something else that I wanted to give away. It was, no, not that one. Dimes. I had some dimes. Oh, actually, yes. I put my dimes in here. Look at these. Barbers. I don't know how many of you out there have any barber dimes, but I think I have 4 barber dimes. Here we go. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be a really special 1 ounce silver giveaway. All right, so we're going to put the 4 barber dimes with the 4 quarters, 2 Washingtons and 2 standing liberties. That is $1.40. That is close to an ounce of silver. There's some wear in there, so obviously a little less. In fact, you know what? Just to make sure it's an ounce, I'm going to just top it off with the 5th Rosie. All right, so that's good. Let's see. I never did open the call line tonight with Tim. I apologize. I was going to do that. I have the call line ready to go, but I wanted to try out the whole Q&A section of the chat. Did you guys like that Q&A section? Put Q and A in the chat if you liked the way that Q&A went with Tim. And again, thanks for the super chats. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't want to miss anybody super chatting me. $425. That is awesome. No intermission music. Sorry, George. Thanks for the $2. If you pick me, give mine to Austin Wraith. Well, Charles, you have to remind me on that one. $4.99 though. I appreciate it. That was cool. Yeah. All right. So Q&A, you liked it? Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Good to hear. All right. So those of you that are new, no. Couple other things. Got ahead of myself here. These are my rounds, and I absolutely love them. One nation under God. I'm going to pull out 4 of these rounds. Okay. Right here. These are from Bullion, the sponsor of this portion of the live stream. They are also going to be giving away one of their 10th anniversary rounds at the end as well. So, but you know what? They're giving away one. You guys blessed me with over $400 in super chats. I'm going to add in 4 more of these rounds, and we're going to be giving them away as well. So, boom, there's another one. Let's see here. There, and there. Wow. And you know what? Maybe some lighter stuff here. So how about another standing, another George, and another standing, and then maybe 2 dimes. All right. So wow, look at these giveaways, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think I counted that right. That's right. 16 giveaways tonight. Now, for the sake of time, I am going to put this is going to be done through the wheel of names, but I'm going to spin these one right after the other. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn on the slow chat. That, I know you guys hate it, but it's my way to help control what's going on in the chat. Slow mode is going to go on right now. Boom. We got Shoot, we got so many people in here, 1,200 plus people. I have to put the slow mode on. So we're going to put the slow mode on. Everyone's like, no, don't do it. We're going to do the slow mode, and I'm going to let you, put something in the chat. All you need to do to participate in this, series of giveaways that we're going to do is be a subscriber. All right. So that is very important. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be a subscriber, but please be a subscriber. Hit the like while you're at it. When you're subscribed, you can put something in the chat, and that will allow you to get on the wheel. So while we do that, I want to again shout out my sponsor. In fact, I want to do more than that. I want to show you guys the other way to buy your silver. And I love this online. If you don't have a local coin shop dealer like Tim, or you like the convenience and the selection online, check out SD Bullion, especially their docs deals right here. I was talking to Tim. He is going to be getting some silver from SD, wholesale prices. So they're actually going to be one of his distributors, wholesalers to supply Tim, which is great. So he's looking at 5-ounce bars, and he's looking at a bunch of other stuff that he can source from SD Bullion. But you can get SD Bullion's great deals, especially these docs deals. I highly recommend that you get on their mailing list by going to sdbullion.com/Yankee. Go there, get on their mailing list, enter their next Monster Box sweepstakes. That's coming up in next January, so you got all year to enter that. And then check out their deals. I'm not a big gold gram bar guy. That's a good deal. These 5 ounces are pretty good. I don't buy 1,000-ounce bars, but if you're in that market, you might want to check that out as well. A 1 ounce, people in the chat have mentioned that they do like gold bars. If you're interested in it, these are good deals. And then down here, 1/10 ounce, I wouldn't get that. That's a little pricey, I think. I did buy one of these, the Arga gold Kinnabars. Those are really cool. They have a great security feature on the reverse. That is so cool when you see it firsthand. So yeah, I do like that bar. What else do we see here? Oh, there's some of the Valcambis. And then 10-ounce bars. That is a good deal too. I like the 10-ounce. So check that out as well. sdbullion.com. They are a very reputable online bullion dealer, and I love them. And they are sponsoring a final giveaway, which is not here. So there's one last one that we'll have to do that will be shipped directly from SD Bullion. All right. Did I give you guys enough time to put something in the chat? That's the question. Let me see. I'm looking at the participants now. Yeah, there's quite a few people in there. Lots in there. So let me harvest the names. Yeah, give it a few more seconds. I don't want anybody out of this because we're just going to be spinning and spinning and spinning the wheel, one right after the other. So let's just give it a little bit. Man, was thinking you stopped the live 10 minutes into it. Now I've had a little too much to drink. Well, sorry, William. Sorry about that, but thank you for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. All right. Oops, did I have a... hold on, guys. Nope, I'm going to have to give it a little longer. See, this is half the problem with... Oh, man, I just had... Well, we have, what, 15 or so 100? How many people in the live stream? I just had a memory issue on it when I... Yep, I just had a problem. So we have... Oh, only... Whoops. I just was ready to harvest the names and the browser said out of memory error and it just refreshed. So I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer for you guys to put your comments in there. It happens on the giveaways when we have this many concurrent viewers. So I am in the midst of buying a brand new computer. Hopefully that will solve this problem. But with 1,277 people, everybody pounding on the chat at once, for some reason, it just overwhelms. I've tried 5 different browsers, configured all the different settings on my computer. I've spent hours and hours and hours. It only happens during the giveaways. And no, not because it's rigged. It's because everybody's pounding on it. So guys, once you put something in right now, you don't need to put anything else in the chat. But unfortunately, I got to wait a little bit longer for you to put something in there again. So while we do that, I want to say thank you again to Paul for the $5 super chat. All of our founding fathers were young. Thank you. And Matthias gave $2. We just have to be subscriber. Yes, that's right, Matthias. You need to be a subscriber in order to put something in the chat. I'm going to give you another few minutes. Please put something in the chat, but then stop. You don't need to wait 2 minutes or a minute and a half or however long I have it on slow chat in order to do another comment. I do see the participants list growing again. Man, it is just unreal what happens when you have this many people putting stuff in the chat. There we go. There we go. And by the way, if anybody puts in the word rigged in the chat, like MR or others, they are automatically removed from the wheel of names. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. But it's not rigged, guys. It really isn't. And it's funny because when you win, I get more comments from people saying, it's not rigged. I just won. Well, of course it's not rigged. All right. Let's see if I can get the names now before this thing blows up on my face here. Come on. My word, I can hear the speed of the computer just rev up. There we go. Copy. All right, let me see how many I have now. Paste. All right, all copy, and let's just put it in here. This might take a while just to load up the names into the wheel of names. Let's see. Paste those names in. It just starts to lag really bad, and I know what's going on. It's just I have 32 gig of RAM in this PC, and it's probably not enough. I'm going to buy one with 128 gig minimum. I get the fastest i7 or 99 I can. All right, so all right, so I think, man, that I think is going to do it. Yeah, I have all the names in there. The first thing I want to do is I want to start pulling out participant. I also want to sort and go down to members. All right, so we got to get rid of the member comments in here. Don't want that. All right, and then I think that's it. So now we'll just shuffle it up. For those of you new to my channel, wondering, what this gray thing is over here on the left, with this many entries, you're basically going to not be able to read any of the names if I didn't use this little thing. It's going to cause it to disappear, goes into the void, and then eventually pops out. All right, guys, that your name is on here, and just because it disappears and you don't see it immediately come out doesn't mean it's not on there. The other thing I want to do is I want to make sure there are no duplicates. So that takes care of that. Oh, look at that new member. I forgot to take the new member out. All right, fine. Hopefully we'll land on that. We're going to shuffle it up. What we'll do is we will spin it one time. Actually, we should probably get this in order, right? You guys want to know what we're going to do first, second, third, fourth, and all that. So let's do dime, dime, standing, Washington, another standing. We're going to do the half troy ounce from Shark 2 Stacker. Then we're going to do a full ounce, okay, right here of Constitutional, actually a little bit over an ounce. Then we're going to do this, I liked it, man. Let's just do the Buffalo from Shark Tooth. Let's do the, then we'll do the Merry Christmas round. Then we'll do the Jefferson round. Then we're going to get to SD Bullion rounds right here, do 4 of those. We'll do the Canadian Wildlife Series, 1.5 ounce. We'll do the 2 ounce Egyptian round right there. I think it's a coin, actually, not a round, right? No, I take it back. Nope, it's a round. It's a round. And then finally, we'll do the SD Bullion final 10th anniversary 1 ounce round giveaway as well. All right, guys, you ready? 1,200 people watching. We're going to shuffle it up a few more times and then spin. We'll start with the dimes. Good luck, everyone. And I think the spin might be a little long on this. I might have to shorten it down. All right. Here we go. And JJ, nope. It looks like it's going to be GVZ for the first winner. GVZ. And you get a Roosevelt dime. All right, we'll take that away. By the way, for everyone, all winners, if you win, you need to email me your mailing address to yankeestacking@gmail.com. All right, yankeestacking@gmail.com. Please include your mailing address so I can send this out to you. So that's, did I not have? Oh, crap. I saw it, you didn't. GVZ just won the dime. I apologize. I was looking down. I didn't switch the screen. That was the spin, and GVZ just won. All right, so that's the first one for the dime. 3 spins and spin it again. Sorry about that. I just looked up and I saw people like, I didn't see it. I couldn't see it. Yankee, what are you doing? All right, so this is for the second Roosevelt dime. Here we go. Oh, man. Long night. Jason Martin, Steve Lapointe, John. Can John hold on? Well, it looks like Billy T is going to win the silver dime. Billy T with the dime. All right. Close that. Shuffle it up. Spin it again. Here we go. Hi, John Ruck. How you doing? All right, so this one is for a standing Liberty quarter. Standard Liberty quarter. Roland. Oh, I think Roland's not going to hold on to it. Irish double K. Irish double K. You just won a standing Liberty quarter. Congratulations. Again, don't forget to email me your mailing address, winners. Shuffle it up a few more times. This one is for a Washington silver quarter. Good luck, everyone. HD Dinah, Jeremy, J Money, Sparky, Connor, AS Benner. Ooh, right down to the line, and it looks like Owen's Jeep Stuff is going to run away with the win here. Owen, Jeep Stuff. You won a Washington quarter. Congratulations. Send me your mailing address. Let's shuffle it a few more times. Spin it again. This is for the second of the standing Liberty quarters. And I'd rather be fishing. Thank you for that $2. I appreciate that. Just don't get me over 500, guys. I don't want to give away another ounce. Nasty Nate. Duggar. Oh, I think Duggar's going to hold on to it. Yeah, Duggar won. Standing Liberty quarter. All right, and then one more before we shuffle it up, before we move on to the next. I'll show the stuff again that we're giving away. And Higgins, funny how all these winners are not known members of other channels. I don't know, Higgy. I'm just glad they're here. All right, we've got almost Simon, Jason, Simon, J Money, And Blessed One. Yeah, it looks like Blessed One's going to get this one. It looks like Blessed One has been blessed with, just to remind what that one was, that was the half troy ounce round right here. All right, so that takes care of each of these winners. Now we move on to this row. This is a 1 ounce plus of Constitutional. Then we've got a Buffalo, we've got a Merry Christmas round, and we've got a beautiful Thomas Jefferson. I just love this. That is really cool. I love Thomas Jefferson. And this, again, from an anonymous giver in our community. I know who it is, okay, but he didn't want to share the name. So thank you so much. Let's switch back here and continue. Jeep, what was that? Jeep NCJ5. How about 1 more ounce? No, don't do that. But thank you for the $15. No, oh, that might that may push me over 500. Please don't do that. Ray Bar wants the barbers. Oh, okay. Well, this is what we're going to spin for right now, Ray Bar. Let's shuffle it up and spin. All right, let's see if Ray Bar gets this. The head of the Rig Nation. All right, Jimmy, JPA, Sean, D. Paul Larson, North Star Seeker. I don't think Tex Coin is going to pull it away from North Star Seeker. Nope, North Star got it. North Star Seeker. You got the $1.50 Constitutional, which included the barbers. So, sorry about that, Ray Bar. You didn't get it. I just think that's cool. The barbers are really a nice touch, I think, in there. 4 barbers along with that extra. Rosie, that's yours, North Star Seeker. Email me your mailing address so I can get this out to you. Mrs. Yankee will package it up for you. She does a great job. All right, switch back. Close this. Oh, Frank King drops a 20 spot, another ounce. Uh-oh. Toucheism 13, extra ounce for the 5 spot. Oh, this is getting close. I joined late. My name isn't in it. I'd rather be fishing. $20. Wow. Thank you so much for that. No. All right, guys, you pushed me over 500. All right. I see what this is. Yep. I see what you're doing. I know what you're doing. All right, we can stop at 500. Okay, guys. I bought this tube. You're depleting my tube, man. Let's put that along here. There we go. All right, so that one's done. Now we move on to the Buffalo. By the way, maybe I should. Man, I hope I don't blow it here, but I think what we might, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I just keep spinning or should I harvest more names? Sharing is caring, brother. I know. I hear you. What do you think? I'm going to ask right now. No, yes, no, yes, no. I'm seeing people in there. Rip it, spin, harvest. I see a lot of spins. You guys have been sticking through hours of a live stream. I think I'm just going to spin it out. You guys have earned it. There's 1,245 people in the chat. I think we're going to keep it going. Shuffle it a few more times. This is for the Buffalo round, guys. Here we go. All right. We've got, I just saw Ray Bar go by. That old dragon, Higgy Higgins, Joe, Seabell, MN Music Culture, JT Silver has control of the wheel right now. Can JT hold on? Can JT hold on? Yeah, JT Silver just won the Buffalo. 1 ounce Buffalo round. All right. And now the next will be the Merry Christmas round. Shuffle it up a bit. Spin it. All right. We're just ripping through it, guys. We harvested the names. We got a lot of giveaways to do. We've been at this for 2.5 hours, so we're just going to go through the people that were here. And we're looking at Autumn. Have a great day. Crazy Fish, Keith Havens, and New Hampshire Greg. Metalhead, 503018. Oh, Addicted is blowing on the wheel. Oh, wow. That was right down to the wire. Metalhead 503018. Man, I don't know if I've ever seen it that close. That is stinking close. All right, Metalhead. Congratulations. You got the Christmas round. All right. And let's shuffle it up some more. We're just throwing out the silver tonight. This is for the Thomas Jefferson. I want to say coin, but it isn't. It's a round. It is a round. Really, I think it might be shy of 1 ounce. It doesn't say 1 ounce on there, but that was really nice of the anonymous giver. Joshua Wace Krauthead for GFGGSBBQ. What the heck is that? GFGGSBBQ. All right, well, you just won the Jefferson round, so congratulations. I'll write it down. That's going to be a wild one to get. SBBQ. Jefferson. All right, let's take a look at the other ones that we're going to be doing next. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SD Bullion 10th anniversary rounds to give away. So we're going to just spin. You think, Taylor? I don't know. Taylor, I'm not sure if it is fake or not, but there's no way for me to tell, right? Can't know. 1 more ounce, says Paul. Need to keep fresh milk. Need it to keep milk fresh for longer. Thank you, Paul, for that $10 super chat. I appreciate it. And Christine Dorkson just joined the Patriot Pistol. Welcome to Yankees Militia. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Let's see. Let's switch back here. I do hope it's not a fake account or someone's just playing games here, but let's just do it. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? SD Bullion 10th anniversary rounds. Let's go. Giving away the silver is not fake. Hey, Silversmith, I love the fact that my channel has grown to the point which I can give away silver to the community. Love doing it. It's a real blessing to me, and I know it is to others. Steve, John, Ronnie Mac. Oh, it's moving too fast for you, Ronnie Mac. Goldie Hunter now has it, and I think Goldie Hunter is going to keep it. So Goldie Hunter gets the first of the 10th anniversary rounds. Again, thanks so much to SD Bullion sponsoring the giveaways tonight, too, along with Shark Tooth Stacker and the Anonymous Giver. It really is nice to have a sponsor like SD Bullion who blesses not me, but the entire community with these giveaways. So really cool. Although these rounds are from me. All right, so Goldie Hunter got one of the rounds. Let's do this again for my second of my rounds. I love SD Bullion rounds. Those are a really good deal. I got a really good deal on that tube. Let's see. It was, again, a Docs deal item. C. Bell the Great, Chuck, Robbie, American Stacker. Oh, I don't know. It looks like Tyler's got it. Yep, Tyler Perot. I think that's it, or Parrot. Tyler gets another one. right, that's the second one. Let's shuffle it some more. Do it again. Brian O'Neill. Oh, actually, before Brian O'Neill, a $7 super chat from Jason B. Great videos, Yankee. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks, guys, for helping again with the mailings on these are really fun. Mrs. Yankee always wants to know how many giveaways there were. She's the one that does all of it. So thanks to Mrs. Yankee. We've got B Soldier. And oh, no, not new member. Oh, man, I missed a new member. All right, sorry. We'll spin it again. I try to get rid of those extra ones from the chat. It's just flotsam and jetsam. Sorry. Kyle Kenzie, welcome to the Patriot Pistol. Thank you for joining my militia. I appreciate it. All right, so here is the next winner of an SD Bullion round. Oh, Owen's back there, but no. ARH. Yep, looks like ARH got it. ARH gets another one. All right, so let's go to the fourth. This is the fourth one. All right, fourth and fifth. And guys, you know, I do my best at giving away silver. Sometimes people don't like it because they feel like, oh no, GVZ is going to win a second time. How dare he? That's not fair. Guys, he won it fair and square, or she did. So another round, an SD round to GVZ. And tell you what, I'll stop right now. I'll stop right now because I don't want the people in the chat to get upset. I try to be fair. I try to give back. I do everything I can, but I know some people get all jacked up and upset. So what we'll do is I'm going to harvest names for these final giveaways. This the fifth of the SD Bullion. I'm going to do the 1.5, the 2 ounce, and then the SD Bullion round again directly from them. I think it's fair. Let's do it. I'm going to pop out the chat, guys. This will give another chance for people to put something in the chat. People just show up and they get maybe a little bit upset saying, I just joined. I can't get in. Well, yeah, I'm going to harvest it one more time. Put something in the chat, guys. And I'm going to clear out the wheel. You do need to be a subscriber of my channel in order to put something in the chat. But I'm going to let you guys put some in there. Put it in, then stop. You don't need to keep putting something in there. It's just one time. And I'm seeing the participants list grow. We've got 1,200 people in the chat. So this doesn't number. I should shut down as much as I can so it doesn't fill up the memory on this thing. It's incredible. How long did I go with Tim? 2 hours? With nothing, not a single problem. It's only when people slam the chat. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's an issue with the browser or YouTube, the stream injection. I'm not sure why, but it just grinds down. What I'm really scared about is if, I get a brand new computer that is just an absolute screamer. Gobs of memory, ultra fast SSD drive, the top notch, processor, everything, right? And it still happens. I'm going to have to rethink how I do the wheel and harvest names. I guess I'm growing so much. I'm just starting to see the impact to having so many people in a chat trying to grab all these names. I'm going to try to harvest them right now, guys. Right now, I'm going to do it. Whoops. Oh, man. Oh, all and copy. All right. So I think I got all the names. My goodness. It just slows way down. I hear the computer just starting to really struggle. It's not good. Not good. All right. Those names have been harvested. We'll go back to the browser. I'm going to put in the new names. I've even seen it takes like a minute to load into the wheel of names. I would hate to have to change the way I do my giveaways. The wheel of names has really been an awesome way to do it. See, look at that. See, page isn't responding. What the heck? I'll wait. So, man, I'm beginning to wonder if it's a browser issue. You know, the Chromium browser. I like I said, though, I've tried 5 different browsers, and it happens on every one of them. All right, let's get rid of the participants. Let's sort this and go down. Let me say, we get new members and members. Let's get rid of those. All right, so here are the member sections. Delete that. Good. And then new members. Yeah, this is what I forgot last time. Get rid of that. Okay. All right, guys, let's shuffle these up. Shuffle them all up. And let me switch over to live chat again. All right, did I see another one come in? Yes, Brian O'Neill, $2. And Joy, thank you so much for that. Lewis S, $5 super chat. Thank you for doing that. You guys are great. And You and Me 3 super chatted from, what was that? You and Me 3. Where was that super chat? I just saw it on there. Saw my name, then not rigged. Okay, so $5 super chat. Thank you for that. All right, let's shuffle these up a little more. This is for the 5th SD Bullion 10th anniversary round. Good luck, everyone. I really hope this. I hope a new computer solves this this issue. I mean, I've never had 1,800 people in a live stream before. That was insane. 1,200 right now. Wow. All right, we've got Coin Adventures, Daydreamer 021, and Cosmic Creations looks like is going to win the final SD round. Let me write that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cosmic Creations. SDB. All right. Now we move on to the final 3 giveaways. Canadian Maple Leaf round, or sorry, Canadian Maple Leaf coin. This really interesting Egyptian round, and then one final SD Bullion 10th anniversary round. All right, switch back here. Close it. Shuffle it up. And spin. What if it crashes again? I like the way you do the God. I know. Hey, just send all the gods to Ray Bar and I. Okay, MR, I got it. That's a great way to solve the issue. Yeah, thanks. Rockzilla, Bill, Be Real, Carl, what? Brian, Justin, and DJ Smiley. Can DJ Smiley hold on? Can he hold on? Yeah, DJ Smiley. By the way, all winners have to email me your mailing address. Don't forget to do that, and you will get this as soon as Mrs. Yankee can package it up and send it out to you. So, DJ Smiley. I may ask, this is something else I do want to mention. I don't have this happen too often, but sometimes, very rarely, maybe 2 or 3 times in the 4.5 years I've had my channel, some cheaters will try to sneak in and say, "Oh, I won," and my name is, DJ Smiley. Say, I have ways to verify. Okay, so I do ask sometimes people to verify. You'll get the instructions in my response to your email if I need to do that. But it does happen sometimes. Very sad, but true. All right, let's do this Egyptian round right now. This is a nice one. 2 ounces. Here we go. Good luck. All right. And I apologize if anybody feels they didn't get on the list. My bad. I tried to do my best. Mike H., Flowing Liberty, AV8R1, Nestor, Bob Wilcox, Sandman Slim. Oh, Sandman. Oh, hold on tight, man. Utah Coin Hunter wants it. Ah, Sandman held on at the end for the big 2-ouncer. Congratulations, Sandman. All right. Sandman. Don't forget to email me your mailing address. All right. And then the last giveaway, guys, the last one from SD Bullion directly. We'll go to the last spin here. Last winner. And again, I really love doing this. This is one of the highlights of my week, giving away silver to this community. It's a blast. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. You made my night. Jeremy, Bitbud, someone in Oregon. Oh, Anthony has it. Anthony S. Yes, runs away with the final giveaway. Congratulations, Anthony S. You got it. Email me your mailing address, and I'll get that. Whoa! Wait a minute. I'm seeing some super chats here. The K Trumpet 67 dropped $10. Not rigged and not to put you into another GAW, just to help with shipping. Well, thank you. But that did push me higher. Ironically, Saddam Hussein was hiding his gold from weapons of mass debasement. The Fed. That's true, Paul. And thank you for that $10 super chat. Wow. But the guy who pushed me over the edge just popped up right there. Frank, you do this more often than not. $13, not the last. We are going to be doing one more giveaway. Barking Bunny, $5. I'm a noob, but thanks to you, fine gentlemen, I'm learning. Well, thank you so much for those kind words, for joining and for that $5 super chat. Okay, I see how this is going. We are now going to be over 600. I think that's going to change to 6. That might give me some time here. Hold on. I know what to do here. I have something else I want to give away here. Hold on. Where is it? Shoot. Where is the... I thought I had it. No, I should have been prepared. I thought I wanted to give this one away. It's a unique piece. Where did I put it? Nope, it's not there. It was out too. I wonder if Tim took it. Nah, he wouldn't have taken it. No, I don't. Shoot. I thought that would have made a really great giveaway. 1 ounce. Seriously, that is really weird. Oh, no. I see it. Aha. Yes, it was where I put the copper. Check this out, guys. Whoa. Look at this. This will blow your mind. Oh, my goodness. What do you think of this chunk of copper? Isn't this amazing? First of all, it's stinking heavy. Second of all, it's got my name on it. Isn't that cool? And it's 4.3 pounds of copper. It's smooth too. I love the finish. That is really cool. And it was just someone that went to Tim's and WCK. I just thought, oh, no, I got it. Working class knowledge. That was it. Remember I showed this earlier. Working class knowledge. That's the name of the YouTube video. Check it out. So, yeah. All right. So that's a good doorstop, man. I'll tell you. But I put something else on top of it, and it was this. What do you think? A Texas round. Now, I won't tell you why I wanted to give this away, but there's someone in the chat that might know why I picked it. yeah, I can't. The person swore me to secrecy on the generousness for my 100K giveaway. So the one with the please open on the stream for Little Stacks and I, and then this 4 Libertads, 2 old, 2 new. I can't say who it is, but for just some weird reason, I just decided that I should do a Texas round. All right, so I'm gonna do that right now. I think did I write that down? Sandman, was that the last one? Hold on, guys. No, it was Anthony S. I forgot to write Anthony down. Anthony S. got the final SD Bullion round. Okay, so now we do one final round, and it has dropped to 1,030 some. I think it's just, I just realized I gotta update the width of my line there. Look at that. It's over 1,000. So you push the last number off. That tells you I wasn't prepared for that. All right, I'll move that over for the next live stream. That's really cool. Anyway, Texas. We're going to do Texas. Who's from Texas in this live stream? All right, I promise I'm going to do it right away, but I just have to ask it. Put Texas or I'm from Texas in the chat. That's better. I'm from Texas. Because I really want to shout out my friends down in the Lone Star State. Me. So Lewis, me. What? Wait a minute, Raybar. First of all, Lewis, I know where you live. At least I know what state you're from, I should say. And it ain't Texas. All right. Archangel FX is Texas. Whoops. Wait a minute. Man. Woo. Texas. All right. Tex Coins is from Texas. OG is from Texas. I lived in Texas for a while, says Frank. I'm from Texas, says Dragon's Horde Stacker. Austin, Texas, says Check Stacker. We're all Texans now. No, we're not. Eddie, Jason, Bunker Nate says he's from Houston, Texas. I'm from Texas. It's all good. I think a lot of people wish they were from Texas right now because I'm not going to do a Texas only spin of the wheel. All right, guys, that you don't have to lie about being a Texan. All right. So let's switch over. This is for the final spin. Let's shuffle this one up really good. Let's pray and hope that we do not land on Yankee stacking because that's going to cost me another ounce if I land on me. So you don't want that to happen. And good luck, everyone. This is the final giveaway of the evening. All right. We got Lewis, T, Ryan, Red, Blessed One, Dana, Jennifer, Big Zombo, Bogey. Oh, no! DJ Smiley? Oh. Whoa! DJ Smiley is walking away with 2. He got the Canadian Maple Leaf and got the Texan round. Wow. Congratulations, DJ Smiley. Don't you wish you were DJ Smiley tonight? That and GVZ, too. Both of them are double winners tonight. That's fantastic. And wait a second. Hold on. Yes, okay. If we got some more super chats coming in here. Oh, can we hit 700? I'll drink. No. Let's stop. Thank you, Barking Bunny. I thanked you before, but Christopher Young, $20 super chat. Brian O'Neill, $10 super chat. William Jones, super chatted $5. No more, we're done. So we're going to wrap it up tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Tim. That was a blast for me. I love having him in the studio. We'll have him again, definitely joining me again. We had two winners. I know. Who would have? It's incredible. And no, Devin, it's not rigged. Even I'll let your comment come in. Rigged. No, it's not rigged. It's all legit. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Really, I do appreciate this so much. And I hope your day is A-okay. Good night, everyone.